Literally the second it hit 9 a.m., you said he's not on time, Kimmy. I just like to imagine you sitting there, like, watching, like, a global clock. The message pre-typed out. The second it hits 9 a.m., you're, like, fucking slamming the keyboard to, he's not on time! I'm just like, what is wrong with her? I mean, I know a few things wrong with her, but what is wrong with her? That being said, hi, Kimmy. Hi, Smug. Hi, Fishy. I was thinking of the meme. We were at the light, and it just turns green and honks horn. I've literally been standing here for the last 2 minutes, Kimmy. I've literally, like, had my excess overlay up on my wrist like this, because I was ready 2 minutes ago, and so I was like, fuck it, I'll just bring up Shocky. And I was watching her on mute switch to Roadcraft. Not play, just switching to Roadcraft, because I'm just like, 8:59, 8:59. And then I see the message pop up, and I'm like, he's not on time. And I look down, and it's 9. I'm like, the fucking, you're a freak. You're a fucking freak. Honks horn. I don't know if you meant to do it that intentionally, Kimmy. You literally said he's not on time. Literally, like, within milliseconds of it turning 9 for me. Hello, hello. Ugh. Smug, Fishy, you too excited for the Monster Hunter stuff? They had the holiday stuff come out yesterday. It'd been like 8 my time. Goes for the meme. I was looking at my local time. Modded Subnautica go burr fish. Hell yeah. At one point I wanted to make walking videos of it, and now I'm at the point where I'm like, if I have to do any crafting in the game, no, I don't want to do walking videos there. The cosmetics that you can buy look so dang good. I was thinking of getting the camping set. Hi Joe. I haven't looked at, like, the outfits you can buy. I haven't looked at, like, what the DLC stuff is. Need help? Need help with what? Is it really a walking video if you're swimming? No, it'd be a walking video because I would have made, like, I would have modded it so that the base has no structural limits, or I think you could just do this in creative mode. And I would have just made a long-ass base with a shit ton of windows and just walked through that. Walking in Subnautica, of course. No, I'm just not going to do it. Like, it's just not going to happen. Because any game that requires crafting, any game that requires making the walk is, like, it's such a colossal, expensive time that it's just never worth it anymore. It's like, I can go to a zone in World of Warcraft and just, like, fly around the zone for 2 minutes to make sure it's fully explored, take a screenshot of the map, and draw lines for all the paths, and then mark them. Okay, this is route 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Planning a route. Hi, Comey. Will take like 10 minutes. Give me a weekend, a 6-pack of Monster, and it's done. Or I can take a game like this and be like, okay, I need to make a 20-minute walk of this zone. That's, let's say that'd be like 500 tubes of Subnautica piping. So I make 500 lengths of tubes through an environment of Subnautica, and that takes 5 hours to make. And I was planning to do all the biomes. I don't even know how many biomes are in Subnautica. But, like, let's say there's, I don't know, 15 biomes. That is such a massive time investment that's like, wow, I'd rather just go into another MMO and just start walking immediately. It's just, after Minecraft, I would really like to make more Minecraft videos. But fuck that. I really don't want to do crafting games. Rapture City Remake. It wouldn't even be like Rapture City Remake. It'd just be like a bunch of tubes with windows, which I don't even know, like, how that will look. Hi, Techno. Walking in Subnautica, of course, Rapture City remake. Give me a weekend and a 6-pack of Monster and it's done. I'm skeptical. Morningland, you're you. I don't think you can explore people's tubes on Twitch, Yuli. Okay. Alright, buddy. Hi, Haxie. Ooh. Okay, wait. It was a 4... Was it 14? Oh, fuck. It was 4 hours off. So for me, if it's 9, that means it's 1... No. 1 a.m. for you? Yeah. Right? That sounds right. I mean, technically I would be able to do it. My other save has tolls, etc. already. I believe I can mod the ingredients for base, so no farming. Boy. Well, so they just have creative mode error. Like the actual building. It's one thing in my head that, like, oh, it sounds really easy. On paper, it's like, oh yeah, this is totally easy. This is totally doable. You put in creative mode, you put it so that there's no structural limits, you just bloop, 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 bloop. But it's like, once you get into it, I know it's just going to be just like Minecraft, where it's like, this fucking sucks, and it's a lot more effort than I initially thought it was. So it's just, it's like a rule. It's like, crafting, nope, I don't want to. Even if it's like, hey, on paper, there's 5 good arguments that solves all the problems I have for it, it's just, no, I'm not going to do it. I am a small Togepi. Oh, I didn't do arm pulls. My right leg kind of hurts today. But not in a way it usually does. Nice stocking. Like, it doesn't hurt at all, and then I do this stretch, and I'm like, holy shit, what was that? Ugh. Whoa. Oh, it actually, like, just hurts. Ow. Okay. I'm doing them a little out of order, but lunges done. Arm pulls now. I slept in VR so fucking much yesterday. I did not get out of VR until it was like 5 p.m. Which, I think I ended around 1 p.m.? Maybe it was like 1:30. But it was legit like 3 to 4 hours of sleeping in VR yesterday. Oh my god, it's fucking cold. The last 2 days, guys, it has been like, winter has fucking started. Hi, Global. Mother, I +1 the idea of you walking through Rapture. You're not listening. I basically said a hard no. It will never happen. Absolutely not. To be honest. Oh yeah. I'd get a hard on for a Rapture walkthrough. I do kind of want to do single player games, but I need to do like Skyrim and Red Dead and Breath of the Wild first. Yulind Lemix stream win. Walking through heroic Lemix zones. What would the Lemix zones be different with? I like the idea of you strolling to get mugged by splicers. And the video ends with you getting caved in by a big bouncer. Global. What did I do? What did I do to make you hate me? They're all fell green and extra fiery, and enemies are all glowy. Shouldn't you be in bed? Hi, Gana. Morning. Why would Frisu be in bed? Bold of you to think the neighbor Doge will let me. I was planning on going to bed. Because she's been up like... Yeah, but she doesn't have a sleep schedule. She just sleeps when she can. Which is usually when, oh, I've been up so long that things can't keep me up. But then they still will. But she'll get like some sleep then. Hi, Farisu. Hi, Harley. Hi, Techno. Can't believe Yulind is a core part of my days, SMH. I've been up barely 12 hours. Then I brain off and drink my monster nom. A long time. I took EP meds at 6 though. I'm like that. I get to the 16 hour, then pop some decks. If for another 12 hours. I worry about my friends. I worry about them. Let me come to my room. We're at Toe Touches. What a creature bet. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. Yeah. Hi, Cairo. Pain? What are you in pain for? I felt so bad yesterday, Cairo. I hate waking people up. Speaking of people to worry about, hi, Cairo. How was the end of the stream? I assume it was traumatizing and horrible. It was fine. I like flung out of bed. What about Gran? I had to wake up both of you. I'm gonna sneeze again. Yeah. Didn't wake me up. You weren't asleep in the world. Okay. So what happened was, Cairo and Spacefish had Silent Hill planned. Bro, was that pig? Oh no, it's a piglin. The egg poiglin. It's Comey. Cairo and Spacefish had a planned stream. Cairo slept through his alarm. And so Spacefish messages me. She's like, Yulind, are you sleeping in a VR chat world with Cairo? And I was like, I looked down at the clock and it's like 6:05 and I was like, no, I'll get him for you. And so I go into VR chat and I'm like, wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to get up, wake up. And it was Cairo and Grianne and Pixel. Pixel didn't even like move. He like slept through all of it. Grianne woke up first, and I was like, "Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!" Grianne, I am so sorry. I have to get Cairo up for his stream. So your collateral damage. I'm so sorry. Wake up, Cairo! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! And so Grianne was collateral. I hope he went right back to sleep, but bro, was that? I finally done, Elon. I have the boots from Soul Hunters. Yippee! Yes, that was me. Choked on my drink I wasn't expecting. Also, then the game was good. We watched all the endings on YouTube after. You get locked into only one ending on your first run, which is super lame. There are 5 endings total, with a true ending and a joke ending. Just eat more on God. I eat too much, no one to wake me up. Hello, Haxie. Well, that explains why Gran was awake so early. Akimi is coming to your destination with a water bottle to spray you to wake up. I just remember hearing your voice and I flung off my headset. Yeah, you were like, so the moment you were conscious, you were just like, I have somewhere to be. You didn't say hi to me. You didn't say anything to Gran. It was just like your neck snapped and you disconnected. It was like, yeah, you didn't even say bye. But it was just because like you said, the moment you were awake, you're like, oh, I have somewhere to be. Right in front of you is the egg. I just remember hearing your voice and I flung out. You're 15 minutes away and didn't visit? You wouldn't drive like 1.5 to wake me up? Hold on. You were 15 minutes away and didn't visit. You wouldn't drive like 1.5 to wake me up? When have we ever been 15 minutes away? Huh? I'm confused. 1.5 hours? I'm still so confused. Oh, not you. Okay. Oh, adrenaline is a hell of a thing. Splits. Oh, split. Yes, I could have came and visit. I got stuck in Melb on PAX weekend. Ow. And blunt, that sounds mega painful. Oh. Ow. You sent Cairo a DM? A Twitch direct message? Also, I thought your area was a bit more out than 15 minutes from Melbourne. Vote for Yulind playing with a bouncer. We are not doing fucking Bioshock walking videos. Hell no. Hi, Moikin Prince. You have a question? Hi, Zvi. Oh my god, Yulind, look out. What the fuck? Well, it can't be a Discord message. Global doesn't have that. I have to go walk with my mother to work soon, so I'll be idle. If I do disappear, it's probably blue screen, but I hope not. Okay. We do need a Bioshock video. No, we don't. I Devilgated. So is it just me, or do others keep a section of the fridge for deodorant only? Like a gel kind? I swear it's like the best feeling in the world next to a BJ. I'm sorry. I need to make sure I understand this. You keep your deodorant in the fridge. Like, where your food goes. The cold box. In the deodorant. In the fridge. Okay. That statement was a crime. No, there's a section strictly for it. No. Yes, a section of your fridge. So you keep your deodorant in the fridge. Am I understanding that correctly? Bark. Oh, Yuli, I was told 5 years ago by a professional I should get my eyes tested. When I finally got around to it, they said, yeah, I need glasses, so now I have glasses. Oh, shit. What is it, Megane? Not food, it's a mini. I should have clarified. So, okay, no, this isn't much better. You have a specific mini fridge just for deodorant. You don't put any food in there at all. You have a deodorant fridge. Yes? Moikin? That doesn't hurt anybody. And if you want to do that, like, absolutely, hell yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I would not be surprised if there's no one else on this entire planet that doesn't do that. That's a little crazy. That is very, very unique and weird. If you like cold deodorant and you've got a deodorant fridge, I mean, great. But that is one of the most, like, I'm still like trying to picture it. Like, do you keep that in the bathroom? Do you have your deodorant fridge in your room? Like, is it on display, or do you, like, kind of have it hidden away, like, under your bed? There's a lot of things that's like, what the absolute fuck? Huh? Standard Yulind viewer behavior. That statement was a crime. What? There's a section strictly for it. Devil again. Morning time. I don't have bad eyesight, but I still do wear glasses sometimes. Oh, well. For me, Lemix is over Yulind until next month. Oh no, I'm not 740 yet, so I'm still chugging away at it. For me, with glasses, when I first moved to Missouri, they were like, your eyesight's bad, you need glasses to drive. Fuck. I go to Texas, same thing. When I renew my license, well, I just renewed it. I didn't get any testing. I go back to Missouri, I get the eye test again, and they're like, your eyesight's good, you don't need glasses. And it's like, but I used to. So, my eyesight healed? No, it didn't heal. I must have been like on the cusp of needing glasses, so I don't need them anymore. But I have them. Hi, Oni. Chat, my cat keeps coming downstairs and showing me her tummy. What does this mean? You know exactly what it fucking means, Oni. Glasses are hard to wear sometimes, though, because of masks. Nerd glasses, yes. No, it hurts me. I mean, at least put some shower beers in there, too. Standard Yulind viewer behavior, Lemix is over. Have you never used a freezer towel for after your walks? No. What? No. The optometrist said you don't need to wear them, but if you were, like, sitting in front of a screen, or going to the movies or driving for long periods of time, it'd help you a lot. I was like, bro, you listed my life. Guess I need to wear them all the time. Yulind wears glasses. He's a nerd. I have glasses. 99.99% of my life, I'm not wearing glasses. At the tummy. So my room is a bit small, so I don't have a lot of storage. But I also have a medicine that needs to be kept chilled as well, so I can use the mini fridge for medical and hygiene purposes only. What in the world is a freezer towel? I hope you give her tummy rubs at least. Ultra Instinct Yulind. Hi, Proxy. Come jars for the deodorant fridge. I mean, you have to agree that at least sounds nice, right? A nice cold tower after your hot, sweaty walk. You just have a whore's bath because you're a whore? No. No. I'll tell you what I'm thinking of right when I finish my walk. So, when I'm actually doing the exercise part of the walk, the first thing that happens is I sit in the beanbag and talk to you guys for like 20 minutes to 2 hours. That is like a lot of cooldown time. So if I was like getting off the treadmill and then like there was no part of stream and it was just like, okay, I've got a frozen towel. Maybe? But by the time I actually like finish the stream in VR, it's less of like I'm hot and more like I've just got dried sweat on me and I feel gross. So like washing off is the best thing. Also, I have the snack, which is usually a protein bar and a glass of chocolate milk. And that glass is like, oh my god, I live for this. Nerdlin, he's thinking nap time. Oh my god, he's getting the treadmill off. So he sits in a beanbag and airs himself out. Great, that's a picture I've been wanting for days now. Yeah, you usually have a couple towels in the freezer during heat waves to help with the worst days. Works for that. I don't know what to tell you, Moikin. You've seen it. I literally get off the treadmill and then I just sit in the beanbag right there. I didn't prepare my pillows today. You know, you've seen it. Dude, so true. Where were we? We just did splits. We're at Cami stretch. What time are we at? 23? I feel like I just went on a tangent for like 30 minutes. I'm like, wait, it's only 23? Ow. Oh my god, Proxy. Kuro got like... They got somebody that was trying to troll them. They got somebody that was just trying to harass Kuro in chat. And it was like, I don't get it. Because they came in and they were just spamming MAGA. Like full caps, MAGA, 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 MAGA to the character limit. And they were just spamming that. And it was like... I get that you probably clicked on the LGBT tag. And you're just going through all of them like that. But like, little bro. They live in Australia? They're Japanese? Like... And Kuro has that in their tags. And they're just like throwing US politics at Kuro. And it's like... What are you doing with your life, dude? What a like colossal waste of time and effort and just like... What are you doing, dude? Kuro bans them. And like, they spammed like MAGA wall of text like 3 times in 5 seconds and Kuro banned them. Now... Kuro is on guard. Kuro is like ready for them, right? They make an alt account. 80? Holy shit. They make an alt account. And they start spamming Pigger. Like, because they'll get auto-modded if they do it with an N. So they're just doing it with a P, I guess? And literally, Kuro has text-to-speech on, but like, their message pops up, and Kuro, while playing Battlefield, bans them so fast that like the text-to-speech never activated. And Kuro was just like, come at me, little bro. I'll ban you so fast you can't even say shit. Come at me, little bro. And the guy was like, damn, he banned me so fast. He just gave up. He literally just like, he just left. And I was like, holy shit, that's my streamer. Defined generally as a boy who dates girls. You do know that, right? What? Wait, hold on. Defined as a boy who dates girls. That's just... Why is there a definition for that? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. I believe you, but I'm like, huh? Look at Haxie's ears go. I don't know. Which one do you want, Stocking? Finally got electricity back. While I doing that, Yulind switch. Oh, Halloween. Okay. Avatars. Hell yeah. This is my favorite one. I kind of did avatar work yesterday, and I kind of didn't. Basically, I was looking through Booth for like 5 hours yesterday. Oh my god. I favorited a lot of stuff, but I didn't actually buy anything. Just say some unhinged shit and that will get him yapping. I also keep a blanket in a deep fridge when it's summertime, like 1 hour before I go to bed. Like the best sleep ever. Americans when other countries exist. I'm not saying you're wrong, Moikin, but I don't think that was the context and use of him saying Tigger. I like don't even want to say it because I don't want people to be like, what did you just say? I think they were just trying to get past the auto mod. Because it really doesn't make sense to be like, even if they're using it correctly, it's just like a boy who dates girls is like, how does this make any context here? It's like from the year 1911. Yeah, it's the context of it makes no sense in the situation. So I'm pretty sure they were just trying to get like something that sounds like the N-word and past auto mod. Cause everything needs a label. If you're using Urban Dictionary, 90% chance it's made up to justify some BS or try to be funny. Hello, I'm deadly tired. I got way more sleep than usual yesterday. I slept a lot in VR, and then I went to bed somewhat early, so. Also, Moikin, hold on. You were just like, you do know that has an official definition, right? And then you bust out, it's from the year 1911? What? No! Who knows that regularly? That's not, like, common knowledge. Wood cami stretch. We have squats, and then we have, blinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you want the full def? No, not really. But that's just being straight, and labels are useful reference points to allow people to quickly get basic understanding of others. Yun doesn't believe in 1911. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, Gana? 1, 2, 3. God damn it, Haxie. Why? I'm looking at OBS to like watch the time and count it down. And I just see, like, you know, I squat down and I watch Haxie's head just, like, track my butt. And I was like, Haxie? I mean, you can, I don't mind. But it was just... I'm wondering if it was like intentional or not, or just like some auto face tracking a close-up view. It was literally like you were staring at me, just looking up at me like this, and I squat down and just your head just moves with it. It was like, what? It's basically a tradition from Oregon's college back in 1911 when male students would open up co-ed dorms, date female students. Fun fact is male escorts for girls pay for a night. Not illegal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hi, Joe. It is now. Heard I knew Yulind isn't a big fan of 1911. Hit me up, tall femboys illegal. I was almost in a co-ed dorm. Free suit trigger word. When I was going to my first college, I was in a pretty fucking sweet dorm room for the first year. They put us in like a freshman dorm that was kind of far away from the classes, but we were on the second floor at the very edge near the stairwell. So we could just like, for our personal room, my roommate and I, we were essentially right next to the door, but we were on the second floor so we didn't get bugs on like the bottom level did. It was actually a really nice dorm room. After a year there, they were like, this is a freshman dorm, you're getting kicked out. Which dorm do you want to be in? And I don't remember why, but we signed up for the co-ed dorm because it was like right in the middle of all the classes. Hi, Proxy.
Here, scoot over, give me the.
I don't think it was labeled as a co-ed dorm. It was like the person helping us sign up was like, we got spaces here, and we we're like, sure. And then like a week or two later, they were like, this is a girls' dorm. You can't be there. And we're like, I thought we were told it was a co-ed dorm and we'd have a room to ourselves. And they were like, no, you can't be there. I was like, okay, well, is there still a dorm room for us? They're like, we can put you in this dorm. And I was like, okay, we'll go there. We were on the bottom floor, so we got bugs constantly, and it sucked. Stairwell bang session. So your theory is this random Twitch user was a time traveler from turn of the early 1900s? Not your typical prick being a typical prick? No. No, my theory is that they wanted to say the N-word, but can't because automod. So they were just saying, like, a different letter to start with. Strickland maintained off to Orkland. Why Techno? If you're saying that's Moiken's theory, I think Moiken was just being a fucking nerd and being like, actually, adjust glasses. This word has a definition from 1911. I don't think Moiken actually believes that was their... I mean, obviously he doesn't believe they're a time traveler, but... No, just a historical fact of a term a Twitch chatter used without real knowledge. A wild proxy. It is a wild proxy.
You yap too much. Go back to working out.
What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bet. Damn it, how did you know I wear glasses? Bet you can't name the brand. I don't know a single brand of glasses. What are you doing with your hand there? What the fuck?
Why am I the one that gets caught? I didn't even do anything.
You were just like sticking your hand up there like you're wanting me to sit on your hand. Which I'll absolutely do, but on Twitch, Proxy? Oh no.
Clap your cheeks.
Do you mind?
Don't mind what?
Cairo just stands right in front of the camera. With
Yeah.
just butt there for it.
You're not gonna go, why are you home right now? Okay.
Just really? Okay.
You're not. You're on mobile, aren't you?
No, I'm at home.
Oh, why are you home right now?
Pay network. It's okay.
What? Pay network?
I had to go pick up something from the base,
Uh-huh.
and the person I was supposed to pick stuff up from was sick.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I'll go there since it's right next to my house and just go there and then go into work. Nice bang boom zoom 1 hour adventure. It took like 3 hours.
Oh.
And, I just came home and I'm having lunch.
Oh, okay. Mm.
I got hot dog.
Oh yeah.
But you do enjoy that wiener in your
Also-
mouth.
Guess glasses peak. Funny enough, it's actual Ferrari brand eyeglasses. I'll send you a pic in Discord, Lamau. A day full of menaces. Every day for me. Or.
Are you normally this short?
No, I think I don't know how to change the size of avatar uploads. So it's like whatever it's set as, it's like that's what I go in as. And so I think this one's like 136 or something. Quick actions, yeah.
Make it bigger.
Well, yeah, but like what's the default? How do I set the default? Also, actually I don't want to because the camera was scaled to this. Gonna happen if I reset. Okay. Mine are Ray-Bans. Hug. I wore Guess glasses when I was like a young 7th grader. Least gay brand for a boy to wear. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have 2 more. 1, 2.
I bet you would know if you didn't yap so
Or-
much.
Why? Well, my friends kept distracting me, and I love being distracted by my friends. 1,
I don't even think if
2,
you enjoyed it, you'd still be distracted.
4, 5. Ooh. I have a pair of aluminum glasses. The brand is aluminum as far as I can tell. My glasses are a little far out of my cable range. Otherwise, I'd go grab them and see if they have a label on them.
I don't even know if this thing still works. I'm actually kind of curious.
Okay. That here. This here. We'll start at 38. Ugh. 3 minutes.
I apologize if your camera just erases something for no reason, but in the mirror it's fine.
Oh, I want to get a better look at that, but I'm like, I can only see it through OBS right now. So why did I put this so low? Yeah. Oh, come on.
Did I disable the flow thing? I might have ripped off the avatar.
Yulind glasses nerd emoji. What the fuck? I was looking at Booth for like 5 hours yesterday, Proxy. Because I was looking for like outfits where I could recreate my standard outfit, the hiking outfit. Nobody fucking makes that vest. Like, it's just I cannot find that fucking vest. Roxy and that anti-Kuro model.
I do have stickers still. I have a sticker still.
1 minute down. Glasses are always sexy edition. Ain't got no feet. Oh! Oh, that's cool. You're a ghost girl.
I had this for Halloween last year.
I think I remember it
You
from
never-
last
You
year.
never came to say hi or do anything for Halloween, so.
I didn't. I don't know why I didn't. Actually, I didn't this year either. Kind of just, I don't know, I don't do stuff for like special events. Oh, that's super cool. The ghost have jiggles. How is that ball and chain stuck on though? Well, it's a ghost ball and chain, obviously.
Yeah, they castrated me and hung my balls around my ankle.
2 minutes down. 1 more minute.
Oh yeah, Yulind, for the Monhunt update, is that something I can get now to make sure I have it downloaded?
I believe so. I believe it started last night at 8.
Them off. You can see like the little outlines still there. No one eats feet anyways. Why are you so
40
worried about
seconds.
feet? Feet are disgusting.
Well, yeah, but like no feet. 30 seconds. I have my arms crossed, and it is kind of brutal on my left elbow. It kind of hurts. I don't like doing this. 20 seconds. 15. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 0.
Get over there and get the breeding.
Breeding?
Yeah, it's tied to recreation.
What the? No, I want to lay here for a minute or two. Ow, my fucking left elbow fucking hurts now. Normally I'm like flat on my elbows. Because I was trying to cross my arms to make the sleeves look good. My left elbow is like raised a little bit. Hi, Yoku! Is this the fabled laying down stream? No. No, it is the fabled lay down and breathe hard after planking part of the stream. But we're not going to do it the whole stream.
Oh, your sleeves are closed off. Fake sleeves. I don't like them.
What? There are some things that I was like, I wish I could improve with them. I like the design at the end. I like the
Yeah,
rose flower.
I've run into a lot of those, and they close them off because it's just easier to. You don't have to like turn off the hands. You don't have clipping. You just like hide the mesh. Blah 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 blah. But it feels like a cop out, and I hate it.
It's the Kuronatsu outfit from. Oh god, I want to say 22.
Yeah, it's pretty old. I remember this one.
I got it because I liked the hat with it. I also liked the underwear.
It's also the same thing that the skirt is weight painted to the legs for some reason.
That is a different outfit. Do that. And I'm sorry, but I'm also gonna do that. Yeah, no, it is a Jiangxi outfit that has the sleeves, the hat, and the
I'm pretty sure
underwear.
I put this on. I own it. So.
And then there was the Chinese dress, which was the shoes, the dress. It had different sleeves I didn't like as much. Oh, and the neck piece. Underwear reveal. I do have this underwear on the new PJ's outfit, so you could see that very easily, Gana. Actually, you probably saw it yesterday. Edlin, if I tilt my phone just right, I can kind of see more of the panty line. Moikin, I'll check it after stream. It's kind of just like a glasses brand, but it's like I don't want to go through the effort of like being in VR and looking through Discord stuff right now. Where are we? This is fine, yeah.
Well, there's the talisman top piece, which I'm pretty sure you would not like, so.
Okay, well, so yes, the talisman face, I'm down with that. The talisman bra, if we can call it that, yeah, that'd be a little, not okay for Twitch. What you had before was good, though. Here's something that was crazy. I was looking through Miltina stuff. That's what I spent so much time in booth yesterday with. I went through stuff for like legit 5 hours. And I got to a point where I saw an outfit that was shared with Kuronatu that was uploaded like 5 weeks ago or something. And I was like, Oh my god. I'm only through 5 weeks of Miltina outfits, and it took me so long. I have it. Yulind, I am getting old. Help. What is the issue? What are you
Give me a
getting
broken
old with?
straw. My food.
While you type that out, Hobbit, I'm gonna go change my trackers. Remember to specifically type in flat chest. Everything hurts and I did nothing last night to warrant it. What I normally do is I just look at Booth Explorer with Miltina items. I don't typically do the search part of Booth. I kind of just look at everything. And what I would like to do is get better about like, oh, this looks good, and then more investigating it in depth. Pyro staring at our souls. Hi, Ronmu.
Yeah. They can't even hear us because the audio source is Yulind, and Yulind's what the fuck is he doing?
He said changing his trackers.
What?
I don't know why he has different trackers for working out versus for walking.
It's not different trackers. I just have to adjust
Yeah.
how they are placed on my body.
You said change your trackers.
Yes,
said
I have to
change.
change their positioning.
Why didn't you say adjust my trackers?
Because I figured I've been doing the same thing for 820 days. People know what I mean.
No.
Oh.
Well, you know what they say about assuming, Elon. It makes an ass out of you and... Oh.
No, just you.
No. I was gonna
I'm Baldur.
say the joke I've been making, but they're dead, so...
They're not dead. They can still be here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they can still be in chat, and they're very cool about it. But you know, they can't join us in VR anymore.
Also, hi, Fishy.
I'm getting new ones on the 15th next month. Oh, there's a collab with Ferrari and my glasses company. They're limited, but the one thing I hate about them is they don't stay on my face as well as I would like. Pat, strangle Pat. Pyro staring at our souls. You're just raw dogging it. You're digging through everything, which means the hundreds of nail prefabs. Yeah, I met someone today, and they kept saying how old they were. They're 26. I get feeling old, but man, when you hear the 26-year-old who's just like, oh god, I'm so old, I'm so ancient, it's like, shut the fuck up, kid. You're not even in the 30s, dude.
I don't
Because
know.
they
If I go
are.
off most of my dad's side of the family and their life expectancy, or their date of deaths and age and stuff, I'm at my midlife already. Is it time to have a crisis? Can someone buy me a new car?
I thought you already had your crisis. I thought that was your figure collection.
No. That's just a collector's thing. My dad collected coins, I collected figures.
Alright, doesn't know. You need help with that proxy. Hi, Cairo. I feel so old. No, you don't. Fucking stretcher move. Oh, wait, 30 includes Cairo now. It does. It does.
Ah!
We
Dude,
are
my
ready
mom
to start
didn't even know
walking.
my age. She was like, because I went to church to like make her happy for once. So I was like, oh, whatever. I'll go to church for like one Sunday. And so like a lot of the people that haven't seen me since I was a kid were like, oh, how old are you now? I was like, I'm 39. My mom like fucking told her, you're not 39. Stop lying. You're not that old. And she's like, I was like, 86. It is now 2025. And after like a good couple seconds, she's like, oh shit, I've been wrong about your ages. I was like, there's no fucking way.
I don't think I've heard a single good story about your mom, Proxy.
It was Korean church. They still use the white Jesus. They don't use any other. They don't use Korean Jesus.
Yeah,
it
I have
was
a
a
Korean
Korean
church
church
near me.
with
That's
buff
weird that
Jesus.
there's like a Korean like denomination of Christianity. It's odd.
That's the same thing with
Um,
Japan. They
Wait,
got
is it like a
colonized
is
by
it like a
fucking
Protestant
Christians.
denomination or?
Presbyterian? I don't.
Oh,
I
they're
don't know what fuck-
Presbyterian?
I don't know what kind they
Oh,
go
okay.
by. My mom has
Interesting.
dragged us from one kind or from this church to another to a Baptist, and then I guess she didn't like the way shit was ran there, so she went back to this one. I think it's Presbyterian.
You play. Oh my god.
To see Yulind at a Baptist church, he'd be so out of place.
I went
It
to a
would be
Presbyterian
nuts.
church. Hold on, wait, hold on. What happened? What is going on with this fucking video?
Baptist Yulind is like the Baptist is like the you're up,
The
you're
golden
dancing,
number.
you're singing,
Getaway.
you're jiving to Jesus, man.
I think I know what happened. I think I know what happened.
You broke your overlay.
And I gave your chat a treat, and I didn't even mean to.
I saw. Thank you.
Get that God number in one roll.
No, what happened was the overlay OBS tries to connect to the first Firefox app. Can you fucking oh my god. There we go. It tries to connect to the first Firefox app. I hate the new YouTube. And the first Firefox tab was not the YouTube I opened today.
Why are you beeping?
It was because I was changing the speed. It was
yeah.
the booth page of Miltina outfits I had open from yesterday. Hi,
I had
Rat.
a new YouTube moment yesterday too when I was streaming.
Mm-hmm.
So Fishy and I finished Silent Hill,
Mm-hmm.
and I said you get locked in the first ending, so we want to watch
Hi,
the other endings.
Kodiak.
So I opened like a video on Edge. It's like Silent Hill, all endings, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the fucking ad indicators anymore. So I opened up a video. I'm like, perfect. Got through the initial ad. There's no more ads on this video. Great. And then just like halfway through of us like watching one of the endings, an ad pops up.
Oh,
like, what?
God.
They got rid of like the, you know how it had like
The little yellow marks. Yeah.
Yeah, those aren't there anymore. They got rid of them.
I love the meme that's going around of YouTube updating their UI and making it awful for the 68th time.
Pretty fucking much. Didn't I say I was gonna talk about something on stream?
You said you were going to talk about Silent Hill. I don't know if you were going to talk about that on stream, because spoilers, or just in private with me before.
I can talk about it here if no one really cares about it.
Okay, my notes just closed. What the fuck? Yeah, sure, go ahead. If you care about
So you
Silent
have
Hill
your-
F spoilers.
So the first ending's very ambiguous, but basically it alludes to, hey, you need to stop taking. So like the very basic healing item in the game
Mm-hmm.
are these pills, right?
Yeah.
And throughout the story, it's implied that there's like this medication that allows you to like commune with the gods and reflect on your inner self and yada yada yada, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the ending is very heavily implied of, hey, these pills might have been causing you problems.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically it's a requirement for every other ending to not take any of the pills throughout your playthrough. Our two main boys in the story, we have childhood friend and sexy fox spirit man.
Uh-huh.
And they're both pieces of shit. So after the original ending where it's very vague, you basically pick an ending where you side with one of them. So
Mhm.
basically, Fox Spirit Man met you as a child, and it's like the Fox Spirits place a curse on a woman every however like 100,000 years or whatever, and you know they basically force a woman to fall in love with them and marry them.
100,000
it's
years. So you're
well,
like the
a
second
1,000
one?
years or so, like 1,000 years
Okay.
or something.
Okay.
And so, or like a, you know, so it's like, I don't know. Do you want to side with the man that cursed you? Well, it's like, you know, do you want to side with the man that cursed you and is basically forcing you to love him?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's your childhood friend that didn't like the fact that you were going to get married to a sexy fox man. So he basically gave you the meds under the pretense of painkillers and was drugging you the entire time.
Jesus.
And so you can either side with either one of them, and their endings are all right.
Mhm.
And then the ending, the true ending is the one where you say, "Fuck both you guys. I still like you, but wow, you two are pieces of shit." And then the joke one, it's aliens.
Aliens.
It's always aliens for Silent Hill's joke ending. It was like a gag manga.
Okay.
It was like framed like it was like a manga where they were just yapping.
Mm-hmm. About time. Cairo has 30 plus energy. Wow.
I
Wait,
was
was
kind of
it
worried
cringe?
because like the game was like it was mostly positive when I bought it, right? Like it was like 78%. I'm like, oh, maybe it has some issues with the writing or something. No, it's just people bitching about the combat.
Okay.
Because like it's very traditionalist survival horror, like Silent Hill is a franchise, but towards the end of that game, you're playing like fucking Elden Ring. Yeah. You're literally like watching enemy attack patterns and like dodging and parrying and shit with the way the combat system in that game works.
The Korean version of Jesus ripped as fuck, like Olympia ripped. Boobs, oh boy, finally walking time wave. So Baptist Church is the fun one. There's thousands of denominations of cheesy people. Why is one from Korea that weird? It's not. I think I've talked about it before, Zwei, where there's like 8,800 different Christian denominations. Go ahead and talk about it, muted tech issue, Lind. Yeah, I've had the stream up every time because I want my streak, I want my channel points. But every time I've been like, do I even like pop in to say hi? Maybe they're at a chill point and then I see like some real shit going down. I'm like, nope, they are in fact not at a chill point.
The game wasn't you get like a chill point. You get like a moment to breathe, basically. You'd get like a good like 2-3 minutes and then you're just back into it.
When I opened last night, I saw the girl just being like, I need my meds, and just start like shoveling pills in her mouth. And I was like, oh, this looks, I don't want to watch this.
Oh,
And the fox boy was like, wait, what are you doing? Like, I know who the fox guy is.
those were the pills. Yeah, he's a very hot like J-pop man under the mask. But he probably was the better of the two, I would have to say. Cuz like he was just doing like the family thing, like, son, you've grown up, it's time for you to curse your future wife and marry her. You know what I mean? He was just doing like the family thing. And so in the true ending, the guy even goes, he's like, you know, I didn't really want to do this. It's just the family thing. I would really like to know if like your love for me is even real. And so I'm cool with you like saying nah for now.
So Cairo is into foxes. Is the fox guy connected? Hi, Valentine. Is he connected to all the other shit going down, or is he just like he's not the cause of it and it's not all hallucinations, right? Or
I don't know. Fishy and I need to watch explanation videos on like the full lore.
okay.
Because Silent Hill is very ambiguous as a series.
And
I feel like the open-endedness is part of the fun of it. It allows like the community to speculate and stuff like that. So the whole town and everything, I have no idea. I have no idea if it was like everything was a dream. It was like her medicine-induced hallucinations
Mm-hmm.
or what. But like, the ending's very real.
My first thought is, so wait, was like all this bad shit happening to this town, and you're special and the exception because of the fox curse? Or is like, no, none of it was real, you've been tweaking in a hospital bed because of the fox curse?
Yeah, don't know. It can be assumed that two of our friends died throughout the fucking journey, but one, she kind of just got, she jobbed immediately, and then the other one, she was a bitch, so like...
Mm-hmm.
Your childhood friend that was drugging you, one of the other girls liked him and obsesses over him and hates you because she likes him.
Mm-hmm.
And so you like go to your middle school and you read notes and she's like, I wish Shinako would just die. I'd kill
Oh
her if I
my
could. I
God.
wish she would just fucking die.
There
She's
was
getting in
a-
the way between me and my true love. She fucking sucks.
There was a British counselor who basically just got kicked out of his job and fired because he was writing stuff like that. Like, he's literally in the UK. He's like, man, this rival politician of mine, I can't wait to see him hang from the lampposts. Somebody should kill him. If I had the means, the weapon, and opportunity, I'd do it myself. And like, he's been, removed from the council, and people are just like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? There's also a lot of notes and lore only available in the second playthrough, with even more during the third playthrough. Oh my god.
That's kind of annoying.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's why we didn't get the full picture, but we're like, well, we're not gonna play the full fucking game again.
Mm-hmm.
I might in my own free time because I really did enjoy the game,
Mm-hmm.
but like, I'm not gonna, subject Fishy to basically the same game over again. So I feel like Fishy and I are probably gonna watch like a Silent Hill F explained
Silent
video
Hill
or
games
something
have
and watch
always
it
been like
together.
that, though. It's
Huh?
always required multiple playthroughs to get more information.
Didn't know. It was my first one.
Oh, well, that's how all Silent Hills are.
Hi, Loomis. The fuck you mean they can't hear us? Are you stupid?
All Silent Hills
Hypoxia
have always
Hyoku?
had like 4 or 5 plus endings, and each one kind of changes depending on how you play
Well, yeah,
the game or what you find.
That's
And you
that's
can
the
only get
thing,
'em-
right? I knew Silent Hill was known for multiple endings, so like the course of our playthrough, I was like looking for things. I'm like, how can where are like the objects, the MacGuffins, like what is gonna allow me to diverge?
Think of it
Which
like,
ending we get?
think of
But
it
no,
like
you were
Nier
just locked
Automata,
into
where
one.
the first playthrough is not the full playthrough. You need to
I
play it
played
multiple
Nier.
times. Oh, well, Nier Automata requires at least 3 playthroughs. Because each one is a different perspective from a different character.
See-
Nier's a little bit different in that respect. But there are different endings, and they're all tied together to get the full ending. Silent Hill kind of works that way. Your first ending is kind of like the what if scenario of like open-endedness, like you said, and then that kind of devolves into, oh, so what would have happened if I didn't do so and so thing, and then that's when you start unlocking like more story.
I think my first game that really used that was Undertale, which I didn't play, I watched, but you're like, there's the 3 playthroughs, right? The neutral, pacifist, and genocide, and they force you to do the neutral playthrough the first time, which is kind of a shame, because everybody's like, I'm going to do the pacifist playthrough first, and it doesn't matter if you go through the game killing nothing. It will be a neutral playthrough, and it's supposed to, like, give you the idea of, hey, next time, do the pacifist run. And so,
Wait. If you go through and you save everybody in your first run, they'll still go, you could have done better.
Yes. Yes. Because
What?
the intention of the game is you just go through it
Friendship and
normally. You go through it
determination.
like, oh, I didn't know this was a thing. It was not made from the perspective of the internet is going to spoil everybody, so you're going to know about pacifist and genocide. It was supposed to be, you go through the game, and like, maybe you save everyone you could, but there's some enemies that's just like, I didn't know you could save this person, because it was like, I didn't sit there for 20 minutes just spamming the mercy button. And so, like, you go through the game, maybe you killed an enemy here and there, and then Sans judges you. He's like, hey, you did a pretty good job, kid. You escaped, but, you know, you did hurt these people. In another life, maybe you could have done better. It very intentionally puts the idea of, hey, try to do the game again without killing a single person. So then you go do the pacifist run. The problem is everybody knows about the pacifist and genocide. Oh my god. Fucking, I don't know what's going on with my stuff today, but like, excess overlay just closed.
It's a sign. Sorry, I'm just a ghost. I'm just sapping all your energy. So.
And so it was very much like, you are supposed to like have that neutral run, get like the idea put in your head of
like people just in general don't want like multiple, like a game with replayability. They just want the one and done. Or
I like the replayability. I don't like the fact that I'm locked in though. I think when you take away agency from the player, it's like, okay, buddy. You know, it's kind of just like shitty.
Well, like I said, that's how Silent Hill is always built upon.
But it seems like, you know,
all the information on the first time through.
Yeah, but like, you know, a game where I go in knowing that
That's
there's
why there's
multiple
new game
endings, say
pluses.
your Undertale, your Silent Hill, etc. When I'm told there's multiple endings. Oh, like any other game that has multiple endings.
A lot of them
I
all
go
have new
through
game
and
pluses where you can breeze through it really quickly.
Yeah.
Let me catch up on chat real quick. Whoop whoop hi, that's a thing. Old Silent Hills had different endings. This is legit just more story. I just refreshed the stream. What the fuck is this delay? I had 30-second delay for no reason on the other stream yesterday. Didn't know you... I'm struggling with this one, stalking. Didn't you need like finish near 13 times to get everything? That was me. I got an option to just not kill people. I'm taking it. Still got the normal playthrough. You were legit just locked out of multiple things. Only happened during the pacifist run on your first playthrough. Even if you play as a pacifist. I don't know if that's Toby, like, punishing people for looking stuff up before playing the game and not doing it right. I don't know. I honestly don't know, because it's very frustrating. We're like, I want to do a pacifist run first. And then it's like, well, fuck you. You got a neutral, and now you have to do the exact same thing you just did, but it'll be the second time, so it'll actually work this time. That sucks, but...
And as for Nier, you really only had to go to the story. Like when I say story, I'm talking about the original, like the guaranteed 4 or 3 or 4 or 5 endings that you get doing a full playthrough. After that, you can just literally go to a meal and buy your achievements. Like you don't even have to do all the other ones. You can literally just buy them with in-game, not real money, but with in-game currency.
Yeah.
So like I unlocked everything on like PlayStation for trophies except for like the multiple endings, because there was like one ending that required a very specific way to die to get that ending, and I said fuck that, and I just went and bought it. I just bought that achievement.
That moan. Whoa, hello everyone.
Like Stardew.
Luigi Mangione got beaten up by 7 ladyboys in Thailand months before the shooting.
Where do you think Stardew got it from?
Fucking what? Of course you're locked in. It's Locktober. We do not participate in Locktober here. Yeah, sorry, it's my bad. I can't speak. No, you're good. It's totally fine, Stalking. I'm just saying, when there's a sentence that has a lot of typos or just, you know, Twitch jumbles it sometimes. I had a sentence yesterday where it, like, I was typing a message, and then halfway through, Twitch just freaked out and moved my cursor to the front. And so I think I was in G Whirliker's stream. And this message I typed out just was in, like, reverse order. And he's looking at it like, you and I have no idea what you said. And I was like, I don't even fucking know what I said. Like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, sorry, I just don't like being mean to people, LOL. Even if they're little virtual buddies. Is that a pun? Hey, good looking. This feels like a podcast. Who we got with us in the World VR world? We have Cairo with us. They're on the right with the bunny ears. We have Comey right here. We have Proxy floating as a ghost. We had Haxie with us, but I think they bounced. They probably went to bed, because it's like... What time is it for them? Like 2 a.m.? No. 6 a.m.? Oh, non-unintentional dirt. Hey now, only I'm allowed to post half-assed messages? Why do you think you would be the only one allowed to do that, Trogdor? That's like the high schooler claiming that headphones is their thing, and they're the only one that can, like, have headphones with them at all times, because, like, that's their thing. They're trying to make that their image. But it's like, bro, you can't just claim headphones as your image. That's not how it works. Also, I want to drink. We're at 0.8 already. Let me have this, femboy? No! Why would I let you have that? Hi, Octomage. Octomage, I had an idea. So, with the taxes, if somebody, like, types a message in chat, and, you know, pays attention to unique messages, that would be, like... that would really fill up the chat. And I was like, maybe it does it, like, every 5th or something. But then I had another idea. What if every hour that I was live, it, like, counted all the unique messages and reported on them for the last hour? So it was like, hey, it counts unique messages, and there's a, 20-hour cooldown on each unique message for each person. That would make sense. Yeah, and then, like, once I've been live for an hour, it reports 57 people have paid taxes. And then 2 hours go by, and it's like 88 people have paid taxes. Say that again?
I said I need to get going. I had to already take like 6 phone calls, and I still gotta go buy Verizon Mobile and do stuff, so I'm
okay.
Still busy, so.
Fuck Verizon, I hope it goes really well and easy and
Tell
painless.
Verizon to suck my ass? Yeah, okay.
I had to work for them for 4 years.
I'd rather deal with them than Cox Communications, because they were the worst.
Verizon also caused me problems.
Mm-hmm.
Verizon,
you know what?
Verizon's easier to deal with than Cox. Cox was like fucking pulling nails out of your fucking foot and then putting them back in.
Oh,
God.
God.
Oh, well, I mean, you were paying for, you're paying for less, but we can offer you something, or no, what was it? So I was already supposed to have like their top tier internet when I was canceling them to go to Verizon, and they were like, oh, you could upgrade to 125 over 125 or 120 or 120, whatever the hell the top was back then. And I was like, motherfucker, I'm already paying for 120. Well, here it has you down for blah, 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 blah. I was like, you motherfucker, see me? And I've been paying for this, but just not what you've been giving me? Yeah, goodbye. I just fucking hung up the phone. I was like,
yeah.
Pieces of shit.
Yeah.
You know what happened with us, Elon?
What?
At work, I had to deal with Verizon
Right,
because guys came out and were trying to buy proxy.
Bye.
Guys came out and they were trying to lay line in an area that they didn't get approval for yet. They started digging to put line in a brownfield. Do you know what a brownfield is?
No, but I know fields, so like, you can't be doing that.
Brownfield is a terminology for land that like a industrial building used to be on, and it is now polluted because it was an old industrial building from back before we had modern waste disposal laws. So yeah, a place that you are not allowed to dig because the ground is polluted, they were digging. And so I had basically, they got caught early enough, but I had to fill drums with dirt. All the dirt they dug up, I had to put in drums.
Oh my god. Wait, why did you have to do it?
Because we had to get rid of it, and then they reimbursed us.
That's crazy. I would like to join, but can't say I'm feeling alright today. All good. Stalking? You never need to ask, like, permission. It's, I'm on blue, and if you're on the friends list, I'm happy to have you here. But it's like, whenever works for you, whenever's comfortable for you. There's never any, like, you guys are my friends, and if you're really my friends, you'll come hang out with me and help me street. Like, ugh, I hate that. If you want to be here, you show up when you want to be. If you're feeling like, I'd rather play this game, I'd rather do whatever, you don't even have to, like, explain it to me. It's just like, you just be here if you want to be. I don't even have an issue with them claiming headphones being their thing. I have an issue with them having so little personality that wearing headphones is the best thing they could come up with. True! That would make sense. It was kind of spammy. Hi, Salticidae. There was a kid in my high school who, he wore headphones around his neck all the time. Like, in class, he'd have them around his neck, and, you know, he'd be listening to headphones a lot. And somebody was like, he was kind of, like, not overprotective, but, like, he'd try to, like, wear them in gym class, too. And at some points, I was like, dude, why do you just always have your headphones with you? Just, like, put them in your locker or something. And he's like, no, it's my thing. I'm the headphones guy. And, like, I think somebody just immediately went, no, you're the loser. Stop.
Based?
But they just wanted headphones to be their thing. That would make sense. It was kind of spammy. Fox sent me letters and put my account on a yellow light because I was torrenting movies, which I thought was crazy. When I lived in Cali, that was. Guys came out. Good for them. Yeah, Verizon called me about someone in the house torrenting. I never knew my roommate at the time torrented and flagged our account. Now that you mention it, it wasn't me. It was actually my roommate, too. I looked because they had the exact file names, and I was like, I've never torrented these in my life. Hi, Yulind. Hope you're having a good walk. I'm having a good walk. Yeah, we're at 1 mile. Hi, Shion. Hi, Pixel. At least it wasn't STDs. Back in my high school, we had an STDs guy. Also, Hoi Hoi y'all. What the fuck?
We had an STDs guy.
What the
What do you mean
fuck?
we had an STDs guy?
So,
Just a guy that boned down a lot? Like, what?
what do you mean you had an STDs guy? So there's a fetish for everything, right? There is an actual named fetish for collecting STDs.
That's disgusting.
It's vile. And that Pixel had somebody like this in their high school. I was like, what? Please tell me, like, what? I'm really hoping he says, like, no, STDs like stereotype discs. And, like, we're just go, oh, okay. Don't call it an STD. Yeah, everyone knew he had STDs and did the collecting thing. Okay, no, he's as vile as I thought it was. Hi, Friday
That's
Fables.
disgusting.
Thank you for the follow. I just love the, what do you mean you had an STDs guy? Yeah, when I worked for an ISP.
Yo, I've never fucking heard of that, man.
They'd know the exact movie you watched and disable your internet for 12 hours? Jesus. And it would increase based on how many times you got caught? That's not a fetish, that's being a fucking idiot. It's both. It's both. Oh, damn, that's nasty. Having your thing being Star Trek Discovery is just crazy. So he was an STDs guy and we fucking laughed at the guy. Yeah? I'm gonna sneak. Are you heading out, Comey? Bye. Thank you for hanging out. I meant more like I do want to join. But it was a rough night. I didn't do stuff I needed to. I'm doing it now. I'll listen to stream. Maybe we'll join for that. And thank you, Yulind. Yeah, even if you came 100 days in a row and hung out, if you miss a day, I'm not gonna be like, where were you? I expected you. I just figure, you know, you had stuff to do that time. I'll tell you the problem I run into more. People will be here a lot, and then they stop being here, And like I'm not trying to like be parasocial and collect them. I'm not like, you're basically a part of my stream. Why aren't you here now? But then they kind of wanted me to be like that. They wanted me to worry and be like, where did you go? I miss you. And like, I'll tell you right now, of all the like, times I have worried about parasocial interactions with people and how it can go either way, I don't have a good track record for reading people. When I'm like, I don't want to worry about them and chase them down, they wanted me to. And the one time I was like, okay, I'm gonna reach out to this person. Hey, are you good? And they're just like, dude, I just needed space, man. I'm like, oh god. I'm sorry I failed you. You did not. Oh my god. Oh my god. Pretty sure he was also the guy who assaulted an old lady just right outside of campus. Oh god. I see a Cairo Stimkey. You came 100 days in a row. Good job for you.
Fuck?
You're my
Let me
eye
guess,
candy.
it's
Where are
Xion.
you?
Let me guess. Riddle me this.
It was.
I'm playing Battlefield right now. Okay, of course it was.
I'm sorry I'm late, Yulind. I hope it won't happen again. Tridor, I'm actually mad that you lied to me because you said you had overtime today and you weren't going to be here, and now you're here, and so this is unacceptable. No. Technically you said you were going to be late, which I guess. Not that I like see anybody as late. I said on time. In Shadow Moon Valley and Draenor, clearly. No, I should message people that are here regularly with just a shot caller and be like, other streamers abuse their eye candy with a shot caller, and I felt like I was nice enough that I wouldn't have to do that. But am I wrong? Do we need a shot caller? I'm gonna message Leon with that tonight. Oh god. That kinky. Have the Raiden Hassan meme pic, but just Photoshop you over the dog. God, you mean all those months I have purposely avoided your streams did not create an artificial codependency with a hint of gaslighting? What was even the point then? Equip all of Chad with shot collars. God. No, Friday Fables. There is a streamer from like 5 years ago. I don't know if they still stream. I kind of hope they fucking don't. Their name was Garo the Blue Dragon or something. And they ran their stream like a fucking cult.
This fucking guy. Yeah.
They were running a bunch of bots to like track attendance of their viewers. And if you were a usual and you stopped showing up as much, they would like message you and be like, I see that your attendance for my streams has dipped below 90%. What's going on? Is everything okay on your end? What can I do to... Like, it was just super gaslighty, super like cult mentality and controlling. Honestly, based, I like the cult approach. Oh, it's this dude? I didn't know you were into that, Yulind. I know a guy that sells shot collars. He has around 35 of them on stock currently. We could technically equip this whole chat. Oh, the red guy streams today. Oh, gross. Oh, shit. He didn't stream yesterday, so he might. I kind of was expecting no Koyo stream today, but it could happen. I'm just saying. Honestly, base, I like the cold approach. Oh, what's this dude? Attendance? What is this school? Highly effective, I bet. Here was the crazy thing, Octal. He had a Patreon. And you could pay $500 a month on Patreon to, like, join him for 3 of his streams per week. But you couldn't say anything. You weren't allowed to move. You had to be in a pre-approved avatar. And you would just stand behind him. You would literally pay him $500 to just stand behind him like Hassan's dog and not move for 4 hours. And like he would hype up those people and make them be like, these are the cool ones, these are the real ones. You want to be like these? But like you didn't actually get a lot of benefits for being it. He talked about how cool those were and how he loved them so much. Do you like the way I bring up people without trigger chatterino? No. Hi, Mixie. I might know who this person is now. Honestly, I hate talking on people's streams. When I join mutes and talk, the new chatter shows up and is like, you got a nice deep voice. Oh no. You get shocked otherwise, adorable muffin. Michael, you won't believe what I say when I talk about you and others to avoid you getting chatterino. I don't doubt the things you say. Boy, Mixie. And you can join Yulind for free and stay behind for good view. That's just $500 poorly spent. Well, he was very much like taking advantage of people that, you know, didn't know it was $500 poorly spent. Either they were vulnerable in a difficult time in their life, for whatever reason, he was convincing people to spend this money. It got exposed. It got exposed as a cult, and there was a lot of backlash dealing with him. I don't know if he still streams or not. I don't know if he quit. I know he took a hiatus. I know he took like a 3-week break when it first happened. Hi, Sikaru. Howbie. I'm good. I'm good. But this stream is more like a talk show? This stream is literally just a just chatting stream in disguise. It uses the VR chat category. And I've got the exercise tag, because I am exercising. But it's literally just chatting. Adorable outfit, thank you. I was looking at Booth for 5 hours yesterday. I've mentioned that a few times already. I want to, like, recreate my hiking outfit. The, like, standard outfit. And it's easy to find shorts. It's super easy to find shoes. I found a few shirts that are like that. I cannot for the life of me find a vest. And I'm getting to the point where, shit, I might have to, like, commission somebody for a vest. You trick gooners into hanging out. I don't trick gooners into hanging out at all. It's not manipulation if I'm just giving them what they want, damn it. Improve just chatting. What sucks is there is a recentish outfit that would be perfect. Not made for Miltina for whatever reason. God damn it, link it to me. I thought this was an eye candy stream. Well, they hyperfixated over nerdy things. It is a just chatting stream, damn it.
Wait, this isn't a World of Warcraft podcast?
No! No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean,
I'm glad I won't have to hear about World of Warcraft for the rest of the day then.
That being said, the Nighthold came out for Lemix yesterday, and I ran that. Dude, it's... Legion was so long ago, a lot of people just don't know what's in the raid.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I joined a normal raid that had 30 people, and I was fucking leading them. Literally, like, only 3 of us knew where the fuck to go. Because, like, it's pretty easy for the first 3 bosses, right? You fight the Scorpion, you fight the Time Anomaly, you fight the Cleaning Robot, then you fight the Duelist, and then it's like, people were just like, I don't know where the fuck to go. So I ran left, we go into the building, and then I go up to the stairs to the Telemancer, right? The astronomy guy. And like half the raid just ran forward and like, wait, people aren't going this way, huh? And they just ran around the building in a circle for like a minute before finding the stairs and coming up to us. And it was just like, oh my god. You guys have never seen this boss in your life, have you? We kill that boss. We go to the garden. We go to Tichondrius. And like, literally, I was late leaving the Tichondrius room. I get outside. 20 people are just standing around. They're just like, where do we go now?
I used to play Anti-Chondrius for a little bit.
He dies in the Nighthold.
Yep.
Wait, Yulind. If you're going to recreate a hiking outfit, you need to get an alternate version. Copy your favorite Pokemon game hiker outfit. Hiker Yulind would like to battle. Well, Seeker, you've seen my main outfit, right? The shorts with the vest and the like long sleeve crop top shirt under the vest. I want to recreate that on a more modern base. I've got the shoes. I found a bunch of outfits that have good shorts that I would need to recolor, but I don't think that'll be that hard. I found a few crop top shirts that looked really, really good, but I would have to like put a new design on them. And I just need the vest. I just need to find the vest. I have found one vest. Here's the problem, and I was talking to Hobbit about this last night. It's a vest that has like, it has short sleeves, but then it has like out of those longer sleeves. And so it would be a thing of like, can I easily disconnect those longer sleeves? Or is it like all one piece? If it's all one piece, then I have to bring it into Blender and cut it up. Which, I don't want to do that. Hey, somebody say something real quick. Because Chatterino is disconnected for me.
Hello?
And it doesn't... I'm not in chat.
Hello? What?
I get...
This guy stinks.
I get that, like, I didn't make that super clear, but... you're the only one here with me in VR chat.
What? Are you sure about that?
No. Yes, fuck you. Cairo?
What?
Yes, I am sure that you and I are the only one in this world.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can't see chat at all. The last thing I saw... Oh, there we go. It's all back. The last thing I saw was Seeker going, yee. Make sure this new outfit has the Moogle. It will specifically not have the Moogle. Saw your bases you posted a bit ago in DC. Something. Hey, cutie, something. Rip Bingus. Question mark to 25. Is there a specter of a Fury? Is Yulind blocked in the room with us? Okay, and here I thought he was ignoring us. Wawa cries, ban Cairo. We're back. I can see all the stuff again. Chatterino was just like, not connected for 2 minutes. And OBS chat still says it's like not connected. So, yeah. But we're back. I can see you guys again. Hi, non-dairy. No, of those models, Seekuru, I'm thinking of choosing the one on the right. The one on the right is Miltina. I really like the Miltina butt. I really like, since 80% of the stream is me walking away from chat, I kind of wanted the one with the best butt. I think the right was nice, yeah? Had a good butt. Elon, this is awful. YouTube changed the video format. The fuck is this? Dude, I hate it, Trogdor. I was having trouble starting the streamer, or starting the walk earlier. Because it was like, if you move your mouse at all, it goes back to full screen. And so it's like, I would click and it'd bring up the overlay. But it wouldn't start the fucking video. So to explain a bit, I have a friend that has a furry stalker. And that furry blocks everyone but him. And for whatever reason, me? Oh, God.
If I speak.
If you speak, you will get in trouble. Looks fucking ugly. How dare Twitch tried to hold back that message. Yeah, it was the one in the middle I was like feeling the least. The one on the left, that's the one I was most leaning toward the longest, and I'd say most of that one I like the most. I'd say I like the stomach, the chest, the face. I like Shinano the most of those three. But like, because 80% of the stream is, you know, hey guys, look at my back and butt, Miltina just sounds good. Yeah, whenever you start on Miltina, tell me. I can send you my butt fizzbone parameters. They don't really bounce stock, lol. Okay. Miltina also got them hips, and I do love them hips. It's weird. Because I look at Kuronatsu avatars, and it's like, this is an outfit for Kuronatsu. And then I look at Miltina avatars, or outfits, and it's like, this was made for 14 avatars. I'm like, oh man. Is this what it's like to be in the cool kids avatars? Oh, jeez. The other thing, and I told Hobbit this, I kept seeing Hobbit shop. I kept seeing stuff that's like, this is the TSH shop store on booth. And I was like, that's my friend. I know them. It's a me. Three of them are just the same body. Got ups and downs. Sometimes they're lazy porting outfits. Yeah. I know that guy. Versus ones that are specifically made for your avatar are painted much better. Hobbit got the idea in my head of, like, maybe I stay with Kuronatsu and learn how to, like, really focus on one avatar. Maybe, like, Manuka. And take all of their outfits and switch those to Kuronatsu. And, like, there's a program that's like, hey, you want to take this avatar's proportions and weight painting stuff and match that to this avatar? There is a way to set that up. And that was very tempting. But, like, I'd have to learn that whole process I just described. And then also, like, there's no... What's the thing? Face tracking. There's no face tracking for Kuronatsu. So I would still have to do, like, a head swap. And then while I really like Kuronatsu body, I do like these proportions. I don't like how big my chest is. I want a flatter chest. One day I'll see the tramp stamp you got for this model. No, you won't. Well, okay. Eventually I might do a Photoshop Photoshop. I might do a photo set for the Jiangxi and put that on Blue Twitch. Maybe. For now, if you want to see that Chogdor, you gotta get in VR chat. I don't know why you hate me so much. Like, you won't get in VR chat, so you like, clearly you must hate me. I see Hobbit, Noku, and Ant sometimes on booth, and I'm like, holy booba. Yeah. If it's sports chocolate, it also fits on Lime and one other avatar, which is cool, but like, just consider that one avatar at this point. Not going to work, femboy. I mean, if you don't want clipping, you'll probably end up repainting a bunch of outfits, no matter what model you go with. Yeah. Yeah, that was if you were already learning Blender. If your eyes gloss over like mine, that idea can be in the dump. It's not fully in the dump. Because I don't mind Blender. Like, Oku had been teaching me Blender and weight painting and sculpting. It's something that I want to come back to eventually. It's just right now, I can do my own avatars. I want to just chill. I want to just, like, rely on VRC Fury, buy an outfit, put it on the model.
Yulind.
That's me.
Sorry, I just got back.
I gotta go work.
Goodbye. I hope it goes fast. I'll see you
Bye.
tonight. We are on for Monhun, correct?
Yeah.
Yippee!
Yep.
I want to get to a point where I've got Meltina set up. I've got my version of Meltina, right? So the not safe for work version has the Diok and the SPS ports. All versions of me have the right facial well, I guess I don't really need to set the facial expressions. But like facial animations and specifically the hair and eyes. It's set up to where I can do my modular tattoo thing like I have been doing with Kuronatsu. And like if I just chill at that, whether I'm there for a month or I'm there for 2 years, I'm good. After that, I want to eventually learn like making some edits to the Meltina base and being able to take outfits that work with Meltina and swap those to the edits I have made to the base, right? I would like to eventually get to that point. He died, and then there was one. I know, right? We had so many people here with us earlier, now it's just me. That's fine. That's fine. It means now I can talk about Lemix without a motherfucker in my ear telling me, oh my god, I can't believe you're having fun playing World of Warcraft. I love you, Cairo. My rogue is up to 640. It's probably more like 645. But my rings and trinkets are so fucking low level. I have a fucking like 585 ring. And I just cannot get a DPS ring. I've gotten one DPS ring that was like 640. And it was the same ring that I already had on the other slot. So it's like, oh, I can't replace the bad one. It's driving me crazy. Just give me a fucking DPS ring, please. The Nighthold came out. That's fun. I'm constantly switching between Assassination and Outlaw. Rogues just stink. Well, I'm having fun on the Rogue, and it's really nice being able to stealth all over the place. Rogues just fucking stink until their rework in Midnight, and even then they might stink. Outlaw is the big weapons. You've got the swords. And Outlaw is like all the quality of life. It has the better gap closer with chain pull, where I can basically just throw a hook on a chain to the ground and pull myself like 35 feet, and I can do that twice. Whereas Assassination and Subtlety, they don't have that. They have Shadow Step, where you can like teleport behind somebody. But like, it's a lot more limiting teleporting specifically to somebody than just wherever the fuck you want. Now, is Outlaw different to combat, or is it just renamed? It's for the most part the same, but there's a lot more pirate theming. So combat was like, you have Sinister Strike, you have Eviscerate, and Eviscerate lowers the cooldown on Adrenaline Rush. Adrenaline Rush is a 3-minute cooldown, gives you like Giga Energy regen, lowers your global cooldown, increases your haste and attack speed. At the end of Mists of Pandaria, combat could get to a point where it lasted like 20 seconds, and you would be using so many combo points with a talent called, or not a talent, but a passive called Ruthless Blades, that every time you use a combo point, you take 2 seconds off of Adrenaline Rush. You would get so much energy and combo points that you would just reset the cooldown of Adrenaline Rush within Adrenaline Rush. So you were like permanently in your cooldown state. You needed a trinket from Siege of Orgrimmar that stacked with that Ruthless Blade, so it was like each combo point would reduce 10 seconds, or 2 seconds of Adrenaline Rush, so 10 with a 5-point move. And the trinket was like, anytime you use a 5-point Eviscerate, you reduce the cooldown by an extra 6 seconds. And so you're just like giga hasted. When they rebranded to Outlaw, which I think was in Legion, they they added a lot of extra moves. The first thing they added was Roll the Bones. This was a 5-point finisher that just buffs yourself. It gives you one of 6 buffs. So those buffs could be things like, instead of 1 combo point for Sinister Strike, you get 2 combo points. Another buff would be like, your global cooldown is reduced by 0.2 seconds. Another buff would be like, you have double energy regeneration. It was like, all of them are really good, but there was like an order to them, right? This one's the best, this one's second best, this one's third. And if you got like 4, 5, or 6, it was like, this is a bad roll, you should re-roll. Now here's the crazy thing with Roll the Bones, Vi. You had a 35% chance to get 2 buffs. Not just 1, but 2. You had a, I think, 12% chance or something to get 3 buffs. And you had a 1% chance to get all 6 buffs. And so, if you only got 1 buff, well, if it was one of the 3 better buffs, you'd keep it, and you'd write out the 30 seconds of Roll the Bones, but it'd be like, this stinks. If you got 2 buffs, that was what you wanted. If you got the 4th, 5th, or 6th buffs that were all kind of bad, you would just re-roll it. You would just, bad spin, we roll the bones again, next time we have 5 combo points. They also got a move called Pistol Shot, which is the same as Sinister Strike, but it's with a pistol. It does less damage and it's ranged. However, you would have procs with Sinister Strike that make your next use of Pistol Shot free and do extra damage. So it's like, it's basically Sinister Strike to 5 combo points, Eviscerate, and you still have that Ruthless Bones reducing the cooldown of Adrenaline Rush. But there was a buff that you were maintaining with 5 combo points called Roll the Bones, and it was basically how good are the buffs you have from that, and Pistol Shot procs. That's how it changed. Just very pirate themed. So real talk, what do you do with your feet pain? Being on my feet for 10 hours is killing me. I'm in so much pain. How the fuck do you walk 5 miles a day and still be the sweet, cheerful femboy everyone loves? My feet have almost never hurt Trogdor. I have gotten blisters in the past, but I have very specific walking shoes that are like, these are for walking. I also have hiking socks, which are really, really fucking thick socks. So I don't get blisters unless I go like 11 miles. What does hurt is the nerve in my right leg sometimes, as well as my hip joints. I don't know if that comes from, well, I know exactly what that comes from. That does not come from walking a lot. That comes from bad posture in my chair. Do you not burn through your insoles? I probably use these shoes longer than I should. I should probably replace them like every 300 days. The first pair I replaced at 500 days. This pair is starting to feel a little loose. This pair is starting to feel like, oh, I have to tighten them every 2 weeks. Really just tighten the laces again. And when I do the splits, it feels like they're kind of rolling around my feet. They definitely feel like they're losing their stiffness, and it's probably time for a new pair, but I don't know if this sounds like a pain adding a buff gotcha. Yes and no. Personally, I hate Roll the Bones. It's probably my least favorite ability in the game, but I love everything else about Outlaw. They had a talent to replace Roll the Bones with Slice and Dice, which gave you 40% haste and 100% attack speed. But they took that out, and Slice and Dice, in Shadowlands they took it out, and made it so this was just a mandatory usage ability for everybody, all rogue specs. Roll the Bones is no longer a combo point move, it's just a buff. So it's oh, I don't have Roll the Bones up, I use it, and it has a 30-second cooldown, so it doesn't matter what buff you get from it. you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. I do hate Roll the Bones though. I think it's trash. I hate the ability so much. Cause I really liked combat before Outlaw. Combat was like perfect to me back then. And I was a rogue main in Mists of Pandaria. For the first 2 patches, the first raid tier and the Throne of Thunder raid tier, I played Assassination, and I was pretty good at it. I was like a pretty high parsing rogue, and usually top DPS in my group. I just, like, the pooling part of Assassination just made sense to me and was easy. And then Siege of Orgrimmar came out, and the 4th boss, the Shaw of Pride, he drops that trinket that when you use one of your core abilities, it reduces the cooldown of your major cooldown abilities. And I was like, hang on. Combat just already does that. So if you have the passive Ruthless Blades, when you eviscerate, you reduce the cooldown of Adrenaline Rush. And then you get this trinket, when you eviscerate, you reduce the cooldown of Adrenaline Rush. You could probably get to a point where you just have Adrenaline Rush up at all times. You'd be like a fucking giga, like, hasted monster who's literally just, you're in your cooldown window at all times. And so I switched to combat very early on in Siege of Orgrimmar. And at the time, combat was like, nobody fucking played it. I switched, and like, my ex was like, are you sure you want to do this? It's not meta. And I was like, I'm doing it. And we had our guild, which was doing Flex Siege of Orgrimmar, and they were trash. And I was always second DPS behind my ex. And my ex would bring me to a heroic Siege of Orgrimmar run. Or like a mythic run, I don't know. Where it was like a pug. It was run by a guy and his like 5 friends. And they just collected people that were good enough, right? They'd find people that were good and be like, hey, this will basically be like a guild run, but we're all, you know, scattered or not in a guild. And so my ex was in this. And then when they needed DPS, my ex was like, I know a rogue. They bring me in. And they're like, oh, combat? Were you like doing PvP or something? I was like, no, PvE is combat. They're like, they're literally going to my ex like, I thought you said they were good. And my ex is like, trust. And we get to the first fight, and my ex, he's a feral druid at the top, and then right below him is me. And then everybody else, and they're like, what the fuck? I didn't know combat was good. I thought it was trash. Hi, Qme. And then like a month or 2 later, every rogue guide, every like Discord, actually I don't think Discord was out at the time. Every rogue forum was like, this trinket, you need to pair it with combat. You play Assassination until you get this trinket, and then you go combat because it is fucking busted when you have this. And I was like, I'm not saying I inspired all these guys. What I am saying is I was doing this before everybody else was. I was always more a subtlety rogue. Fond memories of using Shadow Step to sneak into Wintergrass Hold during battles. Seasvi, I don't know if you heard me talking about subtlety recently. Subtlety is like the reason rogues are bad right now. I think stealth should have no damage paired with it. Combat is always consistently good. I think subtlety and like more so stealth. I hate ambush. I hate shadow dance because they're buggy abilities. You can't like do delves as subtlety because if you stealth, if you use vanish, you reset encounters. But those are like main cooldowns for all rogue specs. Most of all subtlety. So it's like, it's just a buggy system, and they need to move away from stealth. If I had my way, I would redesign subtlety so that it's like Mesmers from Guild Wars 2. I want to give them the fucking shadow clone jutsu. Sounds like the problem is with delves. Well, everyone else is having fun in delves, and rogues are the least played class right now. So I think the problem is rogues. I want to give them shadow clones. I want to make it so that rogues, like, they use, like, shadow clone, which makes it so that your clones are up. I want to say, like, 30 seconds. Or no, they're up 20 seconds, and the cooldown is 30 seconds. And it's a move that costs 5 combo points. And then you would have... I'd take out Shadow Strike, and I would make it like Eviscerate, where when you Shadow Strike, and imagine Shadow Strike is just an upgraded Eviscerate, you reduce offensive cooldowns by 5 seconds. But I feel like that's actually kind of difficult. But I feel like almost a better system would be you use this ability to summon your Shadow Clones, and they last 10 or 15 seconds. And then every time you Eviscerate, or Shadow Strike if that's replacing Eviscerate, that extends the duration of your clones by 5 seconds, and you're just trying to make them last as long as possible. The clones would essentially work like a dot. It'd be almost exactly like the Summon Dreadstalker's ability of Demonology, where it's like, you just summon these 2 pets, they melee the mob that you're targeting, and you were just trying to increase the uptime of them as much as possible, and that requires you being very active, constantly generating and spending combo points. If you just, like, leave them to their own devices and, like, walk away, they'll do some damage for a little bit, but then they'll desummon, and then you're, like, dead in the water on damage. It is a spec that Wildstar Stalkers had. I think of Mesmers from Guild Wars 2 with this. I keep putting up, like, fingers to be like, 1 for Wildstar, 2 for Guild Wars 2. You can't see my fucking fingers. I also think of, like, Samuro. I think of Samuro from Heroes of the Storm. That's what I want Subtlety to be. I want it to be a spec of, like, blending in with the shadows. People don't know which one is real. It's about trickery. It's about deceit. The clones that you are hiding among. I don't like that Subtlety is about stealth, because stealth itself is just such a buggy thing. And connecting that to an offensive cooldown, it just fucks up so many things and creates problems. Combat is always consistently good. I think it's the worst rogue spec right now. Usually Assassination is the go-to on retail. I should like Assassination, because I do like dots. The problem with Assassination is that, 1, they have put so much power into stealth and vanish. Your Garrote does, like, giga bonkers damage if you use it from stealth. And, like, when you're doing dungeons, when the tank pulls a pack, you need to be stealth at the start of it, because then you get to Garrote. When you Garrote, you apply it to 2 nearby enemies. You can also use stealth abilities for, like, an extra 6 seconds. So if they pull a pack of 9 mobs, you Garrote one, you tab to one until you find one that doesn't have Garrote, you Garrote that one, and then you tab to another one and Garrote that one. So you've got Garrote that's, like, giga damage. It's hitting, like, 100% harder than just standard Garrote on 9 enemies. And that's rogue AoE. I'm not even kidding. That's the best thing you can do as rogue AoE, is just put this crazy hard-hitting dot on 9 enemies at the start of a pull. That shit sucks. I hate that for AoE. That's so lame. Assassination also is just like... It used to be maintain Rupture, and other than that, keep the uptime of your Envenom buff as high as possible. For anybody who doesn't know, Rupture is a, like, 20-second dot that's a bleed that hits really hard. And Envenom is... You spend combo points, hit with poison damage. You then buff yourself based on the combo points spent to have an increased chance to apply poisons with your weapons. Your weapons are coated in poison. you stab, you have like a 30% chance of poison. With Envenom, that can become like a 80% chance. So if you use 6 combo points on Venom, for the next like 8 seconds, you have an increased chance to poison. So you want to build up with Mutilate, which generates 2 combo points, 3 if it crits. You want to build up 5 to 6 combo points with Mutilate, so that when that Envenom buff that lasts 7 seconds runs out, you Envenom again. And the difficulty is only using Envenom when you're about to run out of an Envenom buff, not overcapping combo points, but also maintaining your Rupture when it would fall off so that you don't run out of Envenom. But like, they've made so many changes to Assassination that's like, you also have to stay above 50% energy. You also have to Shiv on cooldown. You also need to Vanish on cooldown to replace your growth then. And it's just like, I hate the new Assassination. Or add an effect to Dells, where they stay in combat for a couple seconds after Vanish is used. Honestly, I'd rather Subtlety be an invasion tank, using Smoke Bomb Shadows to reduce everyone else's threat damage taken. So hiding your party, rather than the usual tank being attention grabby. I think that would be very cool. I don't think WoW is the game that's going to do that. I think that is a very innovative idea.
And if we went back like 10 years, they might have done something like that.
When Blizzard was doing stuff like HOTS Champions and like Legion, they were very like, hey, let's try crazy shit. I think now, the past 6 to 7 years, they've been very homogenized. Making a lot of the classes the same, taking out a lot of the cool stuff and flavor of the classes.
And right now, they're not trying to do anything crazy.
In fact, they're going, the game is too hard. People need third-party add-ons and external resources. We need to prune the fuck out of everything. So they're not going to do any like major like reworks of the classes. Hi, Icy Fire. They're definitely not going to turn Subtlety into a tank. That does sound cool. Yeah, it's too late for WoW proper. Just something I've thought of way too much over the years. The thing I've thought of too much over the years, Vi, is the clone build that I've talked about. I also think they need an engineer class that has a ranged tank spec and 2 DPS specs. I also think Discipline should have been a DPS. There's no like holy DPS caster. There's Retribution, which is melee. And there's 2 holy healing specs, but there's no like Inquisitor. There's no like, I'm gonna purge you with holy fire. And what the fuck, that's lame. I also think Hunter's got a melee spec, so they have 2 ranged, 1 melee. They should do that for mages, warlocks, and rogues. I think Assassination should be ranged. I think Arcane should be melee, and I think Destruction should be melee. But that's all like crazy crackpot stuff that in my head it works, and then in reality it'd probably flop. Holidays, since we have Icy Fire here. Birth of the Bab, Clean Up the Earth Day, Eat a Pretzel Day, International Caps Lock Day, International Stuttering Awareness Day, Lung Health Day, Medical Assistance Recognition Day, National Color Day, National Knee Day, National Make a Dogs Day, National Nut Day, National Sparkling Water Day, National Tavern Style Pizza Day, Smart is Cool Day, Unity Day, Wombat Day. I guess National Nut Day. That's my favorite. Yo, Caps Lock Day. Hi, Yuli. Mage Wave. We're at 3 miles. I need a drink. This guy loves nuts. I do, Trogdor. I do. And I'm very sad, because yesterday I finished my pistachios. And I do not have cashews. But those will get bought eventually.
I used to... Oh no, I know. Spoiled princess complaint. You're gonna love my nuts. Like you're bifocal curious. Your boy George chopped down trees. You couldn't break a piece of balsa. Oh, anyway. He is a nuttin'. When I lived in Texas, I had Tom Thumb. Tom Thumb's a grocery store. They did deliveries. It was $6 for a delivery. The order had to be at least $30. And so my weekly grocery bill, we're talking 5 gallons of milk and like a week's worth of food. That would cost like $25. And I'd have to get something extra to get that over $30. And so what I would usually do is add like pistachios or cashews. So like for a year, 2 years straight, I just had cashews or pistachios always at the ready. It was awesome. And then prices got giga expensive. And like the thing of cashews that I used to get that used to be like $8, that went up to like $16. I was like, oh my god, I can't justify getting this. And so I stopped getting them for like years. And Sammy and Trogdor, I think Trogdor has bought a few nuts, have been absolutely spoiling me with pistachios and cashew purchases. But I've run out. So I have to deal with no nuts for a few days. Yazvi, oh god, you've got me thinking about all my crackpot theories for a while now. I would love Discipline to be a DPS spec. I think we need... it's crazy to me that Engineer is not a class. Man eats the bag in less than a week. Yeah, I do. They're fucking good. It's crazy to me that we don't have an Engineer spec. Hi, Ryan. There should be Engineer with 3 specs. One is like Golem Engineering. Or like Mech Engineering. Where basically you're in like a mech themed by your race. So like if you're a human, it's a harvester. If you're a goblin, it's a shredder. If you're a gnome, it's like one of the mecha tanks. If you're a dwarf, it's one of the stone golems. If you're a blood elf, it's one of the arcane golems, right? Something like that. That's very, very engineer themed. And it's basically the tank spec. There should be... Their resource would be heat. And so you get benefits if you're over 50% heat. The heat resource would be exactly like Rumble from League of Legends. You get benefits if you're over 50% heat. Things like reduced cooldown, more damage, extra fire damage on attacks. They'd be ranged, so crossbows and guns. If you cap your heat, it's like you silence yourself for 3 to 4 seconds. So you really don't want to cap your heat. You want to stay in that sweet spot of 50% to 100. There would be 2 DPS specs, Gnomish Engineering and Goblin Engineering. And Gnomish Engineering is like, hi noob. Gnomish Engineering wants to stay in the sweet spot, 50% to 100. And like if they stay there, their cooldowns refresh faster. And they have like a big move that vents a lot of heat. But it so it would bring them down like 50 heat. So if they're at 70, it would take them to 20. And then they need to get back up above 50. And like that. And then Goblin Engineering, which is like they actually want to hit 100 heat. They want to cap their heat. And when they, let's say, if they cap their heat, they silence themselves for 4 seconds. If they're in that window, they can use like a missile barrage move that does like a lot of damage, and that's their focus. So one would kind of play like Fury Warrior with build rage, spend it with a big hit, right? Goblin Engineering would be build heat, missile barrage, build heat, missile barrage, build heat, missile barrage. Whereas the other one would be a lot more metered. It'd be a lot more stay in the sweet spot. And it's crazy to me that they don't have an engineering spec already. Every single expansion has had at least one dungeon or raid boss that's like, this is the tech boss. It's literally like they're fighting you with engineering. There's literally not been a more consistent, like, well, there's probably been a few, but like, how is this not a class yet? Hi, paper bag. I stay in your sweet spot. Oh my goodness, paper bag. Man, I used to bang in less than a week. I left for a bit before bed. Hope stream is going well. Yeah, Tinker class would kick so much ass. Because engineering's a profession, not a class, silly. I know you're being silly with it, Zwei, but I see people genuinely like make that as an argument, and it's like, it should be both! Name it Tinker! Name it Machinist! Why isn't it in the game? I hate it. I hate it. I guess combat engineers can only be evil. They can only be evil. Except for the ones on your team, like Mechatork. I had an engineer feral druid. I take it you played classic servers, paper? I used the Yeti in raids. Wait, okay, is this classic from like 3 years ago, or is this like classic 20 years ago? And usually the tech bosses are less, I am fighting you with tech, but more, I built this giant mech to fight under my control. Retail, the one that risks to harm. Does that mean 20 years ago? Or I guess this wasn't classic at all. I started in Pandaria? Okay. I don't know why I assumed this was classic. Pandaria? Okay. Mr. Pandaria was a good expansion. I remember playing it, and everyone's like, this expansion stinks. And then, like, after, when we were in Warlords of Draenor, we're like, you know, Mr. Pandaria wasn't that bad. Stopped in Warlord. Because of work and bitches. I play Classic Anniversary with my all-dwarf guild currently. I'm even their designated ATS Splinter Collector. Hell yeah. You think you'll still be walking when I wake up, femboy? No. I was a raid leader for B Team. Paper. I'm such a fucking giga nerd with WoW. I started in Classic WoW. I started the patch that Maradon came out. That did not come with the game at the start. And I played, you know, for like a year or two of vanilla. I think it would have been a year. I played all of Burning Crusade. I played all of Wrath of the Lich King. I think I took a small break in the middle of Ice Crown, but Ice Crown was like a 12-month raid. I did not play for all of Cataclysm. I skipped the third raid. I went to, when Firelands was out, I stopped playing to go play Star Wars The Old Republic. SOTOR. And, then I played Guild Wars 2, and then Mists of Pandaria came out, and like, it had been out for 4 weeks, and I went and started playing MoP then. I played up to Throne of Thunder, and then a few weeks into Throne of Thunder, I quit to go play a game with my ex because they were broke and didn't have the money for the sub. And so I went to go play Ragnarok Online 2. That game sucked, and so we started playing Rift, and then we broke up, and he started dating our guild leader there, and she wanted to go back to WoW, and she was like, I'll pay your sub. Risk of Rain 2 was cheeks. It was so bad. Or Risk of Rain. Ragnarok Online 2. We go back to WoW during Siege of Orgrimmar. And then, partway through Siege of Orgrimmar, Wildstar comes out, and I go play that for like 6 or 8 months. And then Warlords of Draenor comes out. I had come back to WoW like a month before Warlords of Draenor launched. My ex and his girlfriend had broken up. So we weren't together, but we were kind of fucking around. We started playing Warlords of Draenor together. We raid through Heimal and half of Blood Blackrock Foundry. And then he quit and I quit shortly after. We came back for Hellfire Citadel because my old Wrath of the Lich King guild and Kata guild was coming back, and I brought him in. And holy shit, do I have stories of him not meshing with that guild, but eventually getting along with them. That guild goes into Legion. That X and I were the two tanks. I was the Blood Death Knight tank. He was the Prot Paladin tank. And we were kind of unstoppable as the tank team. We went through Emerald Nightmare. We went through Nighthold. We did Tomb of Sargeras. By this point, neither of us was still tanking. We both quit in Tomb of Sargeras. I skipped the Antorus raid. I didn't do that one at all. BFA comes out. That same X and I, we played through Uldir. We had a really bad falling out, so I switched to Horde and started playing Uldir with a different guild. And then we stopped playing. I didn't come back for the rest of BFA. Shadowlands comes out. At this point, I'm way into VR chat. And I join a group that I knew through VR chat. It's Demi Kitchen, and I'm still with them. We did Castle Nathrius. And then that's when the whole lawsuit happened. I was like, I'm boycotting Blizzard, fuck this company. So I skipped the next two raids. I still haven't done them. I didn't do the Sylvanas raid. I didn't do the Jailer raid. I come back for Dragonflight. I did all of those raids with Demi Kitchen. I come back for War Within. I actually didn't do the Goblin raid with them. I thought they were all, like, not playing. And then, like, the week before, they're all like, we're actually in. We're all resubbed. And I was like, oh, well, I already made fucking plans, so I didn't come back for the Goblin raid. But I did do the Spider raid and the Ethereal raid with them. I stopped playing Rogue when they removed half the buttons. It's often where I play Classic Anniversary because of working bitches. You'll still be walking? No. I was a raid leader for B team. Add damage everyone. As Feral, I stopped playing Rogue when they removed half the buttons. I was so bored, so I went Feral. Rogue is... not Rogue. Feral is consistently one of the harder specs to play in WoW. There's a lot of stuff you have to line up. I was too young to have played 2004 WoW, but I enjoyed watching my older brother play it. I saw him raid everything Vanilla and Wrath. Or Vanilla through Wrath. Hell yeah. Pandaria is when I noticed things weren't looking promising. Also, I tried to be the guy who did the cooking feast for the raid. And who, boy, did the fucking Farmville village throw a spanner in that? Yeah. Cutelynd walking cutely down a path. Hi, you. Hi, Leon. If I ever go back to WoW, I need a new keyboard. I have a small one, LO. Dude, I fucking hated when people asked me to swap to Moonkin, even though top DPS. So, World of Warcraft has the League of Legends problem to me, where it's really fun in your bubble. When you play within your guild, when you play within your friends, it's a great game and it's fantastic. The moment you start pugging, fucking blow my brains out, please. Dealing with people, dealing with pugs in raids and in Mythic Plus is horrendous. They're awful. They will look at, hi Freya, hi Yulind, my love, X Kisu. They will look at Warcraft logs, and they'll be like, of the 26 DPS specs, Shadow Priest is ranked 19. It's trash. It's bad. We're not taking Shadow Priest. And it's like, this is a Mythic Plus 2. What the fuck is wrong with you? This is like, we could go in with 5 tanks and do this easily. And you're actually gonna look at the meta and like, oh my god, it's horrible. It's so bad. 4 Dots loved it. Having that perfect rotation, Freya. Is that a bird on your side? On my side? This here? I don't think there's a bird on my side. You should avoid pugs and stick to terriers instead. Okay, buddy. Hi, Huntera. I see no bird. I have Ryan at my side,
Hi, Hank.
but they're like,
Hi, hi. Not walking.
are you a fox or a wolf?
I think the model is a fox.
Okay.
At least from its original description. So,
I like the, what is your OC? It is just, I don't know. I think this is a fox. I think that's what it is. Hi, sweetie. Wrong person. This is Rheinforce 1 or Rheinforce 1. They're one of those, it changes slightly between Twitch and VR. I can't stand people who don't have the exact name between Twitch and VR chat. They get on my nerves.
Says the one that has the Z.
Hi, Ryan. Gun. I couldn't get Yulind in VR chat, so I have to have a dumb fucking Z in my name. And at one point I was like, oh, I hate the Z. I'm gonna get like Yulind Heart. I'm gonna get the little heart alt code at the end of my name. And VR chat's like, we actually don't allow alt codes anymore. It can only be like special things like umlauts and stuff like that. But you know, the little heart symbol, no, we don't allow that anymore. Oh, God damn it. Shit. So I'm stuck with Yulinds.
yes.
And every now and then I'll meet somebody in VR before Twitch. And they're like, oh, hey, it's good to see you again, Yulinds. And I'm like, what the fuck did you just... Oh, God, right. You met me with the Z. Oh. I had that with Amos recently. Amos called me Yulinds because I met them in VR. I was like, oh, God. No, I've been the...
Maybe just add an underscore instead of the Z.
I think I'd like that less. I think I'd like that even less.
Wow.
Paper, you complained about them taking out the buttons for rogues and making it too simple and easy. They are about to do that with every single spec in the game. WoW is probably the most difficult to play it's ever been, in that each spec and class just has a lot of buttons to press. A lot of things that used to be easy are, even those considered kind of difficult. There's like 3 specs in the game that are relatively easy. But even those have like 6 to 7 buttons, and those are the easiest ones. And so this next expansion coming out, they are pruning everything. Like, so many classes are just losing half their kit. Which for me, I'm kind of sitting here like, there's probably going to be a lot of specs that are still difficult to play. But there's going to be stuff that's easy to play. Which is what I feel like the game kind of fucking needs. They need things to be approachable. And right now, it feels very unapproachable. It feels like if you want something that's just like chill and easy to play, your options are Ret Paladin, Devastation Evoker, and Beast Mastery Hunter. But even those have like a wide range of like, you can tell a massive difference between a good player and a bad player. Again, it's been a while. Here's the problem, Huntera. Every time an expansion comes out, they add 2 to 3 abilities. And so they just gotta cut stuff now and then. They really need to like, just prune now and then. This is the biggest prune they've ever done. So there's a lot of people that are like, the game's gonna suck, the game's gonna be bad. World of Warcraft is dead. Every second they gut it again. See, Huntera, I don't think it's every second. I think you're just old like me. And this is your 3rd time seeing it, and you're like, well, didn't they just do it? And it's like, yeah, 5 years ago. And you're like, oh, that was 5 years ago? Oh, wait a minute.
Okay. I gonna go eat. Washing machine is done and I'm getting stolen.
Bye-bye. Thank you for stopping by.
Munya, munya, munya.
WoW
And-
died with Lich King. You say that, Stalking? I don't even think Wrath of Lich King was the best expansion. I think the Legion expansion was peak WoW. Was it true, Stalking? Announcer voice. Stuck walking through endless worlds. Can he avoid Hoth, or will this walk be his last? Find out next time on Yulind Z Electric Guitar Riff. God damn it, Spy. I think that guy died recently. I think that guy died this year. Which is really sad to think about. Christ. Yeah. It was either the announcer guy, or it was the guy that was the voice of the World Tournament host. Hi, Juice. Maybe it was not. I'm not really play WoW, but I big Warcraft 3 nerd. Vanilla WoW came out, and for the time it was legendary. People that play Classic WoW today liked it. I look at Classic WoW and I'm like, holy shit, the balance was so atrocious. How did anyone like this? But for 21 years ago, it was great. Burning Crusade was basically just more Classic WoW. A shit ton of balance problems, but it was all changes in the right direction. But I look at it today as, oh, it's horrible by today's standards. Wrath of the Lich King was where they did so much innovation and made improvements to the game that was revolutionary. And they did it all over the place. I do think Wrath of the Lich King was, story-wise, balance-wise, PvP and PvE-wise, just one of the highlights of WoW. It was a golden age. Cataclysm, hi Logitech. Cataclysm kind of fell off. It was not as good as Wrath of the Lich King, and it just did not follow up as well. Mists of Pandaria, this was a good expansion. They did add one thing that was kind of cool, but it was more so just like, hey, we're doing what you had in Cataclysm, but better. And, you know, the story was much better of Mists of Pandaria. Warlords of Draenor, it did some things well. The zones, the questing experience, and the game feel of, like, class identity was really, really strong. But the raids were weak, and overall, they had a really long time in the final patch that really made it like, what the fuck is happening? And I'd say Warlords of Draenor was the beginning of, what the fuck is happening with the story? What the fuck? Like, the story is just bad now. Legion was really, really, really good. Like, in every sense, I'd say Legion was good. They did one mistake with legendary items, which was a very temporary mistake. As you played the game more as it went on, legendary items kind of fixes itself. But legendary items felt so fucking bad. Potentially for like 2 months. After Legion was BFA, which is arguably the worst expansion. The story was... the story came back for Legion, and then for BFA it went back in the shitter of just like, what the fuck is happening, huh? And just... they tried to replicate the success of Legion, and they did it so poorly that they made it horrendous. One of the good things of Legion was artifact power. If you... no matter what you did, you would get artifact power, which increased the power of your weapon with an infinite scaling level. So no matter what you did, you didn't feel like you were wasting your time. You run a dungeon, didn't get any loot upgrades, you got artifact power. Ran a raid, and didn't get a drop, you didn't waste your time, you got artifact power. Everything you did just felt like it was worth your time. They tried to recreate this with Azerite power in BFA, but they did it in the reverse. So it was like, instead of you getting artifact power that unlocks an infinite scaling buff, you would have gear with abilities and like passives on it, and you'd have to unlock those with Azerite power. So you would get the thing first and it'd be locked, and then unlock it with Azerite power. It just was like, just the slight tweak of putting it in reverse, but it felt so bad. After BFA with Shadowlands, debatably the worst expansion ever. I said this about World of Draenor and BFA, but Shadowlands might actually be that. The story was trash. The leveling experience was not as good as past expansions. This is when I'd say they really started homogenizing classes and they started not feeling that good. This is definitely when they fucking ruined rogues. They tried to do a scaling thing that's like, okay, you do this and you get this resource that works for, like, so you're not wasting your time. The same way you had Artifact power and Azerite power, and it was the Covenant system, and my god, people fucking hate the Covenant system. The Covenant system was like, it would have been a really cool aesthetic, and they made it a power system, so it's like, oh, you want to be the Forest Paladin? You want to be the Paladin that has, like, tree bark armor and, like, forest-themed abilities? Well, fuck you, Kyrion's the meta thing, and it's way better for you. So it's like, ugh. And the story, just everything. Everything with the Jailer was so fucking bad. They come out with Dragonflight. It's better than BFA and Shadowlands, but my god, that's a low bar. I'd say Dragonflight was a 6 of 10, and my god, were we fucking applauding it, because you did better than the last two. It was just mid. But, like, step up. And then War Within, I'd say War Within has, for the most part, felt like Dragonflight, but just a little bit better. Like, if Dragonflight was a 6 of 10, I'd say War Within has been a 7 of 10. Tied for bottom place. Jailer BS was dumb story-wise. Dude, I don't know what they were fucking thinking with the Jailer. And literally to the last moment, his story is so bad. You kill him, and he's like, he's been the worst guy. He's literally been condemning millions of souls to hell and absorbing them and taking their power. And he just goes, you don't understand. I loved you so much. I was just trying to protect you from... And he dies. And it's like, what the fuck is that? What? Fuck you. That's like... That's a writer that hates their audience. It's like so fucking upsetting and frustrating. I cannot believe they did that. How much of this video do we have? Are we fucked today? We're fucked today. Oh, God. Well, let's see what video we get next. Nice. We're at 4.2 miles. That means we need 20 minutes to get to 5 miles. There is 9 minutes left in the video. So we're going to be at like 4.45 when we finish this video. Here's hoping we get Mechagon. Here's hoping we get fucking Golden Saucer. I'm actually really hungry. Yeah, War Within has been okay. It's been fun, but it's been fun of like, I'm playing with a good guild and a good group of people. You know, Nixor, Willow Wren, Kimmy, Kron, Arisu. Oh, Casey's joined us this expansion, that's really nice. We've met some really cool people like Ty and Squash. I'm actually playing with Foop. I don't know if I like raiding with Foop. He's too much of a goofball and, like, doesn't take things as serious as I'd like. I do like Foop. I don't know if I like Foop tanking. But this expansion's been fun. We will see how Midnight goes. Foop raiding is a thing. I'm telling Foop. Tell him. Tell him to his face. Tell him I wanted you to tell him. Did you try or heard about Fellowship game? I have seen so much of Fellowship. So here's the thing, Stalking. Fellowship is literally just Mythic Plus dungeons from World of Warcraft. That is the one form of content in World of Warcraft that I cannot stand doing. I think Mythic Plus dungeons is like the premier content of WoW. I think that is the big appeal. That is what most of the player base is doing. And I think it is overall really, really good content. It's well designed. But I personally hate doing it. Not because I think it's bad, but because I've had so many negative experiences with it. When Mythic Plus first came out was the Legion expansion. And this basically like revitalized the game. Mythic Plus is like breath of fresh air, bringing life back into the game. It's a really good system. It makes it so that dungeons, which in the past were just a stepping stone to raiding, have like grindability, replayability. They're fun to do, to the point that most of the WoW player base now, they don't even raid. They just do Mythic Plus, because that's all they need to do. When it came out, I was tanking. And I was in a Mythic raiding guild who all they wanted to do was Mythic Plus. And so they were just constantly asking me. And hi Archangel. The raid size of a Mythic guild is 20 raiders, so you typically have like 25 players so that you had 5 like on call if somebody was sick or something. All 25 players, they want to constantly run dungeons, right? They need like 10 to 20 dungeons per week. But in a raid of 20 people, you only have 2 tanks. So you'd have like 2 tanks and maybe 1 or 2 other people that have a geared like an off tank, like either a spec or a second character. But what that meant was not enough tanks for everybody. And for me, everybody was just constantly harassing me. Come tank our dungeons. Come tank our dungeons. We need you to tank our dungeons. Why aren't you tanking our dungeons? And so when Mythic Plus came out, I was running like 30 a week. It was so unbearable. And it wasn't burnout. I didn't want to do them in the first place. I wanted to run like 5, maybe my 10 per week. And then I was just like doing extra for everyone else. There was no burnout. It was just pure obligation. And I got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm just not going to run these anymore. I'll give everybody like 2 weeks so that overall I'm running 20 in a week. But I'm not running like 50 or 60. And people were like mad at me. They were like, you don't run enough dungeons. You're not running enough for us. And I'm like, dude, I'm running like 20 a week. This shit sucks, dude. Like, there's other games I want to play. I'm in college right now. Like, I got shit to do. People were just mad at me about it. They were mad at me to the point that they complained to the guild leader, who was my friend. And they were like, you have a tank that half-asses the game and doesn't care. If you don't kick him and replace him as tank, we're going to quit. And like legitimately like 8 or 9 people like formed a fucking union in the guild and were like, you have to demote this tank. He can't be the tank of the guild. Or we're quitting. And you'll have roster issues and you won't have enough people to raid anymore. And so my friend came to me and was like, either you step down as tank or they quit. Which, I mean, I love you, dude. But like I'm like I have to you either gotta step down and go to a DPS or like you can't take anymore. And I was like, dude, honestly, I fucking welcome this. Dude, raid culture is never not toxic. It's so fucking toxic. I switched to Warlock. I had to listen to the tank they got. They specifically went and recruited a tank that likes running Mythic Plus. He was not a raider. He was a dungeon Mythic Plus tank. And he didn't know how to raid. And because he played the same class as me, I had to teach his dog ass how to play Death Knight in raids. It was so infuriating. Because, like, this guy was, like, eager to prove himself. and he would like complain about me all the time. And then he would fuck up mechanics. I'd be like, you need to do this and this. Oh, use this ability here, save this for that. Okay, thanks. And then he would be able to do it after I fucking like schooled him on how to do it. It was so just like, because of that, I fucking hate Mythic Plus. I never want to run Mythic Plus. Hi, Darf. And so that happens. They add the vault in Shadowlands. The vault is actually a really cool feature. Instead of like, whatever you do, you get artifact power and get this infinite scaling thing on your weapon. The vault is like, every week you get a really supercharged piece of gear. And you get more options for your vault so long as you do stuff in the game. You run raids, you'll get vault pieces. You run dungeons, you'll get vault pieces. You do world quests and delves, you'll get vault pieces. The vault is really, really cool. The problem is, the best way to gear for raids, the content I love, is to run a lot of mythic dungeons. Because that's where you can get the highest level vault piece unless you're doing mythic raids. Which most of the time, people are not doing mythic raids, they're doing heroic raids, so the best piece you can get is from mythic plus high levels. So the best way to gear up for raids is to run Mythic Plus, and I hate that system so much. Fellowship. Fellowship is a game that's like, wow, do you like Mythic Plus but hate all the other bullshit of World of Warcraft? Fucking play Fellowship. That's the whole point. Hold on. That's fucking loud. Also, hell yeah! It's not as short as Mechagon or Golden Saucer, but we take fucking Siren's Isle. This one's nice and short. Weird Champ squished the Yulind. 685 consecutive streams. Yeah, that's understandable. People leave. That's childish. Dude, raid culture's never not toxic. Comfy me 3. This is why I mostly did quests and fishing in WoW. Mythic Plus is very, very nice within your group. So, like, in Demi Kitchen, they bring me to Mythic Plus now and then, because it is honestly just a good thing to do for your gear. And every now and then I'll be like, I'll do some Mythic Plus with you guys. With that group, you know, Nixwar, Will, Kimmy, Casey. It's not horrible. I don't hate being there. It's not like I'd rather be in a raid with them, but I'm not miserable when I'm doing Mythic Plus with them. I do feel... Here's the other thing about Mythic Plus. Hi, Sammy. The other thing about Mythic Plus is that because Mythic Plus came out 10 fucking years ago, I feel like I don't know shit about it. There's people that have been doing it like every week for 10 years, and there's a lot of things that's like, oh, this raid comes out, or this Mythic Plus dungeon comes out, it's just like this one from 7 years ago. Oh, there's this boss to fight, it's just like this boss from 4 years ago. I don't have that knowledge. I don't have that, like, 10 years of experience with Mythic Plus. And so it's very much like getting into Minecraft, where, like, you're new and you're just like, oh, I punch dirt, and I can make a crafting table? Okay. Oh, and if I put it in this shape, I can make a pickaxe. Oh, that's better for breaking rocks. And you look up and somebody flies by with an elytra, and you're like, what the fuck? We're playing a different fucking game. It's like the knowledge gap is so huge that it's like very Ow! It's very frustrating getting into Mythic Plus now, even in a fun and enjoyable group. But as a WoW player, you think Fellowship did it all right? I did play it for a bit. I kind of liked it. Everybody I have talked to that plays Fellowship fucking loves it. I have only heard good things about it. I was actually watching Dice Queen D play it a bunch yesterday. She was playing it, and she does not know World of Warcraft at all. Hi, Keo. She's like, they keep telling me to kick. I don't know what kick means. What do they want me to do with kick? And everyone's like, interrupt. If there's an important spell cast, you kick it to interrupt it. And she's like, okay, how do I kick? And it's like, no, that's just the term. I snipe in cactus, here to learn. Okay. Kick just means to interrupt somebody. Your ability is whatever the character rhyme's ability is for interrupting. And like, I was literally on my rogue, so I sent her a screenshot of the kick ability. And it's like, oh, okay, so you kick somebody in the shins and that stops their spell casting. It's like, I guess technically yes. Golden Saucer, I know that name. The Golden Saucer is the casino in Final Fantasy XIV, Darf. And that is one of the shortest videos I have. So it's really nice when I'm at like 4.5 miles. And I'm like, oh man, we need just a little bit more. And then we get Golden Saucer. I did play for a bit and I kind of like it. Northern Line talking to the FGC moment. Stalking. I don't know what the times are like for you. I also don't know if you're willing to pay like 15 bucks a month. Although, World of Warcraft can get to a point where you earn so much gold that you don't have to pay that anymore. You're just buying it with in-game currency. But there is a raiding guild that I'm in, that Nyx is in, Will is in. And they would fucking love to have you if you wanted to try it. Unless you were talking about Fellowship. Unless you were talking about you tried Fellowship and liked it. Mythic Plus is such a frustrating system. 99% of the time, it's the random players that are a problem. With friends, it's fine. I still prefer raiding though. All I want to do in WoW is raid. I fucking love raiding. I love raiding and I love large scale PvP like Winter Grasp and Ultric Valley. The problem with raiding is that Mythic Plus is almost a requirement to excel at it. And so if I don't do Mythic Plus, I'm like 20 to 30 item level behind all my guildies. And it's like, this fucking sucks, dude. Beep boop, chat, this guy stinks, sniff, why not? +1 gifted, but not sub themselves, Satch. Yeah. Fudge's Fellowship? Fellowship is a game where you go into dungeons with 4 players. 1 tank, 2 DPS, 1 healer. And it's just dungeons of the game. You increase your gear, you increase the level of the dungeons you're doing. It's everybody that I know that plays it loves it. Here to lurk, hi, how's you? I'm good, Keo. I'm good. We're at 1 incline. We had a fairly short day today. It's frustrating new players and experienced players get frustrated by new players. But because of the way Mythic Plus is built, you're so punished for bringing in new players to learn. Yeah. There's basically no reason to run intro Mythic Plus dungeons as a like veteran of Mythic Plus. I think Mythic Plus is a great system. I just think it needs to be optional. I think every form of gearing in WoW should be optional, so long as you're doing one of them. If you're doing Mythic Plus, you can get the best gear from that. If you're doing raids, you can get the best gear from that. If you're doing delves, you can get the best gear from that. Should it be more effort if you're doing the solo stuff? Yes, I would say. But like, I hate when any one of those is required. Because there's people that hate raiding. There's people that hate Mythic Plus. Me. There's people that hate delves. I always interpret it as a throat kick because funny, but I think it's supposed to be more a diaphragm kick. Yeah. Could also be a dick kick. Hunt punt for funnies as well. Friend was sure they were far behind in Fellowship. Rating is apparently in top 6%-ish. I don't vibe too much with the combat style, unfortunately. Mythic Plus gearing is too strong. You're either griefing by not doing enough of it, or you're gearing past the point of anything besides Mythic Raid. Yes, exactly. And I hate it. I was in some guild they was in. I don't think I can effort to play it right now. Well, so right now, Stalking, we're not even raiding. Like, half of them are unsubbed, because what will happen is a patch will come out, an expansion will come out, and we'll play for 3 months. And then everybody will unsub until the next raid comes out, and then we'll resub for like a month, clear out that raid, and then once we get ahead of the curve in the achievement run, it's kind of like, okay, raids are done again. and there'll be a few people that keep playing. Half the guild really likes classic WoW. Half the guild really enjoys like just playing. I think they're on Mop Classic right now. I know a lot of us are playing Lemix. Oh. But how am I to flex on these lazy noobs with my epic elite loots? They can be gained other ways. Sarcasm, gee. Sarcasm shudders at the way they typed. What I think is perfect retail WoW vibes. Heroic dungeon, get enough gear, get a normal raid, run it, beat it, GG. I disagree. Because the reason I don't like that is once you finish Heroic Dungeon, there's no reason to ever go back to it. I want a system that makes it replayable. I think Final Fantasy... Hi, by the way. I think Final Fantasy has fucking nailed it with roulettes. I think roulettes is a damn near perfect system. However, Mythic Plus, I think, is a really, really good system. I just think they need to refine it within how WoW works. I think it needs to be like, Mythic Plus is there and optional. Hi, Zenny. But like, you know, if you don't want to do Mythic Plus, you do raids, or you do something that's like, kind of per that expansion. So like in Shadowlands, it would have been Torghast. In Dragonflight, I don't know what it would have been. In War Within, it would have been Delves, right? Something that's like kind of a solo experience that you can bring other players with. And the more stuff you do, the more you can refine your gear, but the item level you get from it should just be like the same between them, so that you can choose which one you want to like really push, or you push all of them, right? The fact that it's like, no matter how many delves you do, that caps at 640 item level. And doing Mythic Plus 10s gives you 650 item level is just like, okay, Mythic Plus is better than delves. And that's what I don't like. Going back for harder content for cosmetics, yeah, or like other stuff. I want it to be usable for like current playing characters. I want there to be a reason to go do this stuff for progression, because like if it's just like cosmetics and stuff like that, such a small percentage of the player base will actually go back. I just need it to be a system that feels healthy. Like I hate where it's like Mythic Plus is the best, so if you're not doing that, you're trolling, you're griefing. I want it to be like the roulette system, or an option, but you know, a very strong and ideally fun option. Motivation, maybe Thursday. Eat today, Leon. Mop, Miss of Pandaria. You know Miss of Pandaria. So according to Yulind, I should gamble all my money on the roulette wheel. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. Ugh, I need a drink. Drink me! Sweat. I expected Sammy to say drink me. What the heck? I haven't eaten since Sunday. Don't steal my line. Eehee. Why have you not eaten since Sunday? Hi, Star. We're at 5.1 miles. So when this video ends, we are done walking. I escaped depression episode yesterday. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't really want you to share that in chat. Chat, this guy stinks and he's stealing my lines. Okay, sorry. I appreciate it. I have some good news. Authorities in Atlanta stopped a mass shooting. Basically, this guy was like, family, I'm gonna go shoot up an airport. And he drove to the airport, and he had an assault rifle in his car. And his family was like, hey, police? This guy was going to the airport and he said he's gonna shoot it up. He does have an assault rifle. When you finally sit down in your office 3 hours before you leave. He got to the airport. He had the gun in his car, and he himself was like walking around in the lobby. They think he was like scoping it out, but the police apprehended him. They searched his vehicle. They found the gun. They found ammo. And they were like, okay, yeah, you're coming with us. But crisis averted. No injuries, no casualties. It was a perfect example of if you see something, say something. And, yeah. Nobody died. I feel like we hear a lot of mass shootings, but we don't really hear too much about, like, hey, this one almost happened, but it was prevented. So, yippee. Good news. Probably smells of a cozy warm shower. Lick. To be fair, the if you're not doing X, your griefing types won't be happy unless everyone plays exactly the way do X's want them to. You're not wrong, but there's some leeway. If all the people that are like, you need to have top item level, you need to be pushing that for when we show up to raid, I don't think they're going to care as much if you got it from Mythic Plus or Delves. What? So long as you got that item level. It's hard for me because my sleeve kind of covers. I can see that your mouth is moving when I boop your face. But my sleeve just covers your face. I'm tired, boss. You've only got 3 more hours, Cairo. It makes a sound? Oh, I wasn't hearing it. Oh, I'm hearing it there. You're a cutie patootie. Airport security is generally really tight. What a dummy. Well, I don't think he was gonna try and go through security. I don't think he was like gonna try and get on a plane. I think he just wanted to like shoot up TSA. Or do you recognize it? I did not. Look at the ears on that cat. Crisis averted. I want to play through that game again. It's from Petscomp? I have no idea what that is. I've never heard of that. Petscomp? Yeah, I've never heard of that. Is it like a game or a show? What do you mean? You gotta type out game or something. It's a show? A fake game? Okay, okay. Shooting TSA, hold on, maybe we should hear him out. Massive sarcasm. I am happy with massive sarcasm. Some ARG stuff? Oh, okay, okay. Generally speaking, in order to feel like you're playing your part in WoW on a raid team, there's preparation involved. In Classic, that's pre-raid dungeon gearing. Then it's raiding. In Retail, it's endless Mythic Plus until you're past the point of needing raids. Yeah, and like, I understand needing some gear before raid, right? With our guild, we required like 860 before setting foot in the last raid. Which, I think there was like Mythic 0 gears were dropping like 865. It was a very low requirement. But like we said, you know, hey, be at least 860. That was very easy to meet. What I don't like is, before Legion, dungeons were just a stepping stone, right? You You do normals while leveling up. You hit max level. You do normals until you can do heroic dungeons. Then you do heroic dungeons until you have a blue piece of gear in every socket. And then you raid. And once you have that blue piece in every socket, you never go back to dungeons. In Mists of Pandaria, once you were raiding, you never went to a dungeon again. Warlords of Draenor, once you're doing raids, you never went back to dungeons. Legion changed that. Legion made it so that dungeons were repeatable, and there was like a purpose to them, which is really, really good. I think it's a waste to have this content that once you're done with it, there's just you never go back to it ever. And Mythic Plus solves that problem. Oh my god, I hate the new YouTube. We would have walked through Divinity's Reach next, but we're at 5.4. Mythic Zero is fine. Mythic Zero is like a good grinding point for raids. I just think, Mythic Plus shouldn't be required for raids. But I really like Mythic Plus existing. Don't put a gun in my face. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's so rude. Where is my camera? Pretty sure I put it over there. Oh, I'm like standing on it. Ugh. This here. Good job, Yulind. Thank you. I need to flip my trackers around. I need to update the title. What did I say it was? 5.4? Oh, this is why it was struggling. Okay. I don't know if that's you fault that I was. Yep. It might have been a, hey, update one of your hands thing. Two of the streams I had up moved around. Okay, the title 5.4 miles. Now we rest. Done. I'm here. Now you may collapse. Soon. Camera, what are you taking pictures of? I need to flip my trackers. You guys, wait there. Can't do this in front of you, so I'm hiding behind the tree for this again. Right here. You see nothing? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by this, stalking? Yeah, they know which tree I'm behind, Star, but they can't see behind it. It's not so much that, like, I don't want them to know where I am. I just don't want to see them, like, I don't want them to see me, like, flipping my waist around and what. That's the part that's embarrassing. Calibrate. Oh. That seemed kind of sudden for Star. I wonder if they crashed. You on top of the lookout, climbing that pole. This is the one DBZ map I have. I am very critical of the DBZ show. But I liked it. I think it was a perfect story until the end of Namek, and then they just cash cowed it and kept adding junk on top. But if it ended at Namek, if it ended with Frieza dying, oh my god, perfect show. Chat, can you point where Yulind is? Here he is. Good job. Okay. Okay. Trackers, idle, avatar, lurking. Go somewhere comfy. Adding. Where do we go? I haven't gone to the penthouse in a while. Go there. Friends. Drop portal. I need to make this anchor local. I need to take the sound and not have that at 100% because this place is fucking quiet. Portal. I had my world volume at 100% for that DBZ world. It's just super quiet. Remember Master Roshi borrowed the power pole from Korin, who later gave it to Goku, so Goku could return it to the lookout? He did eventually, right? Because he doesn't, like, have it later on. Or did he just fucking steal it and keep it and, like, now it's literally just in his house? Okay. I want to say there's a way to, like, turn off all the just street sound. Also, where's the video player? I thought it was, like, right here. Is it dead? Nope, that's a mirror. Where the heck's the video player?
It's right here. What do you mean?
Video error retrying. Okay. I missed it.
the object.
God damn it, YouTube. That's okay. We came prepared. I open this. Yeah. I am the prepared streamer. I want a drink. And then I want to sit on this couch. They had that in Mega Man Battle Network, where it's like Lan, the main character, he wants to investigate the lab that his dad works at, so he just steals his dad's ID card. Not even like, oh, left leg. Not even like I'm gonna borrow it, but straight up like I'm cutting it off his jacket. And turn off the seats. I'm cutting it off his jacket, and then I'm, you know, gonna put it back. He just never does. You just have access there for the rest of the game. And his dad's never like, damn, somebody stole my ID card. What's going on with that? It's just, you just took it and you have access to, like, this lab now. And it's like, dude, what? You can't just take those. Ugh. Okay. Actually, anchor world, just in case I move. Good job with your walk today. Thank you. You on top of the lookout, climbing that pole. Chat, can you point where Yulind is? Here he is, good job. Or Master Roshi. It keeps showing up. Gohan winds up using it a lot when they're trying to push him. Yeah, he left it so all his friends could climb to the top of the lookout to train before they could all fly. That's so just like, oh god. Where did I just read that? Oh, there. I think I'm only one insane that always have volume at 100% for everything in VR chat. That is insane. Having stuff at 100% is like, that's so loud in my eyes. Especially like, okay, I usually have world volume at 70%. No, I have voices at 70%. I have world volume typically at like 30 to 50. Depends on what world I'm in. That's when I'm constantly changing. Avatars never goes above 30. I have been woken up by motherfuckers with a fucking screechy soundboard too many times. I have learned my lesson. You gotta have it like no louder than 30. I enjoy a lot of the Dragon Ball stuff, so I've yet to catch up on the Daima. Wanting Super to return, even though it ended kind of on a flat note due to rush broadcast scheduling. I really liked Dragon Ball Z as a kid. I watched all of Dragon Ball and all of Dragon Ball Z. I really like Dragon Ball. I really like Dragon Ball Z up to Frieza. After Frieza, everything just feels like milking it. I thought the androids in Cell were stupid. I think Cell is a fun villain, and I think 18 is hot. But overall, the story of it is just like, I think this is lame. I think everything with Boo is so dumb. I think the whole Boo saga is just like, what the fuck is this? GT, I think is like, undebatably so bad, they made it non-canon. And then Super, I've heard Super is like a great return to the show and does really, really well and is well received and liked. But I see like Vegeta dancing around in a tutu for Beerus, and I'm like, how does anybody take this seriously? I know that's cherry picking, but like, Super just looks like it doesn't need to exist in my eyes. Could be that. Hi Ellie. Vegeta, shut your fucking whore mouth, Ellie. If you say it, I will ban you for 44 days. I will legitimately calculate what it takes, like the seconds of 44 days, and I will ban you for that amount of time. Power level. That's not the reference that Ellie was going to say. I ain't gonna do that. Here's the thing, Ellie. You've already half done it. Because by saying Vegeta ? You've put it in my head. You've done the don't think of pink elephants thing. I didn't do anything. I didn't make the reference. Fuck you, Ellie. Fuck you. Jesus. Could be that with what they've been through, Kami just told him he could borrow it whenever. I would assume that. Good job with your rock today. I would assume it's one of those, like, you know, off screen, they probably had a conversation about it, but, you know, on screen, are you gonna hold, like, you haven't seen every second of this character's life, so just assume some stuff happens off screen. I have acquired food. Good job. Good job with your walk today. Thank you. We resting, I guess? We are. Just had a bath. It was heavy to carry. Vegeta, haha, power level. I ain't gonna do that. Yuli banned me, IRL. Jesus, hi, Ellie. What the fuck is that word about? What word? Vegeta? Ellie very much enjoys a meme. It was the 30 on 30 meme. And it was a meme that, like, I didn't really care that much for. It was like, you know, I can see why people find this funny. I'm not really getting it. Ellie found it to be the funniest thing in the world. And so she said it, hi Wheeze. She said it a lot around me. And then I started groaning so much about it that she's like, oh, it's even funnier because I get such a good reaction out of Yulind for it. So she literally beat the shit out of this dead horse to the point of me crashing out and being like, it's not funny, Ellie. It's not funny. Stop fucking doing it. I'll ban you. I don't care about our friendship. I'll ban you. Like, I don't like this meme. And so Ellie was like, okay. But, like, now we're at the point where it's like, somebody says 30 and, like, the grin spreads across her face. And she looks at me and I'm like, shut your fucking whore mouth, Ellie. 3,801,600 seconds in 44 days.
Because I ran a joke into the ground. I was a little curious. Yes, don't do it. No, 6-7. Good meme. So my take on DBZ, Super, Onward, etc. A lot of it past Frieza Cell. Most of it were there. We're there to sell toys. New Goku transformations equals new toys and figure to sell. So it can feel a little pushy. Yeah, for sure. There's Dummin who is next to you. This is Hobbit. We've got the small Hobbit with us. I don't even have to say the bit anymore. I've actually poisoned my dear friend's mind. It's terrible. It's horrible, Ellie. You should feel bad about it for what you've done to me. What was I talking? We were talking about Dragon Ball and stuff, right? Dragon Ball Z, the whole IP. It's fun. It is a little bit of like rose-tinted glasses for me. I remember a lot of the old stuff, you know, the fights and being like so epic, so peak. I remember, you know, seeing a new transformation and being like, holy shit, dude, that's incredible. You look back at it now, I don't think a lot of it holds up. When you see them screaming in place for 20 minutes, it's like, oh my god, how was I excited about this? This fucking sucks. Do something. When you see them fighting, and it's like, you see an environment, and you hear the, like, explosions go, but it's other than that, just a still image. When you see Goku and, like, Vegeta just flying in front of each other, and, like, their legs are in, like, an action pose, and you can't see their arms, but you see, like, the wind lines going by their arms, and you just hear the punching sounds. And it's overall, like, very fucking lazy animation. I look at it now, I'm just like, oh, that's what I was excited for. And, like, just, I remember being so peak, but now that I know, like, what goes into good animation, what is bad, it's like, oh, this, they cut a lot of corners back then. Fight, 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 your lazy animation? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Now, that being said, there's plenty of moments in DBZ where, like, they put a lot into the animation. The Broly movie, I'll admit, I've watched that, like, 3 times, because it's just like, damn, that is a fucking good fight to watch. I think the anime drew a lot of the action out, just to keep pace with the manga. You're not even animated. Just a real person controlling a character. How lazy can you get? What the fuck, Octal? No, DBZ. It's iconic, right? Like, fucking around the world, it's known and relevant and culturally a big deal. I just wish it wasn't cash cowed. I wish it went the Full Metal Alchemist route of villain defeated, universe saved, done. Call it a good day, call it a good job. I don't really care if Goku lives or dies. If he lives and they have like an epilogue episode where he comes back a year or two later, no Frieza and his father, I think it was, no Trunks, he just comes back and it's like, I'm back everybody, yay, and they lived happily ever after. Or he died and it's like, damn, Goku was a real one, he fought for all of us. I think it should have ended there, and it would have been like, well, here's the problem. It would have been remembered as one of the best anime of all time. The problem is that didn't happen. They pushed it and to sell merch and cash cowed the fuck out of it, and it's still one of the best anime of all time. Where's the big booty bitches at? What the fuck? I mean, technically Hobbit and I both have big asses, but that's not the point right now. I have 2 stories I haven't talked about at all. One is Halloween decorations. Cheeked up. I saw what was probably the best Halloween decorations I've ever fucking seen, followed by what is probably the worst Halloween decorations I've ever seen.
So the best decorations. This guy literally built like sunken ships in his front yard. Like literally like a Pirates of the Caribbean set piece of like 3 ships that have been like destroyed and are sinking in the water with like skeleton pirates on them. And these are like full sized. This is like it's an actual boat there. Not like quite the size of the galleons that they had in Pirates of the Caribbean, but like, you know, it's still a fucking usable boat. Granted, you know, it's not usable. Like, cut in half and looks like it's sinking into his lawn. But it's like, what the fuck? How do you set this? This guy just literally build boat parts for Halloween? What a fucking psychopath. Literally the best Halloween decorations I've ever seen. My world hero. The worst decorations I've ever seen. This house, they had 6 windows on the front side of the house. And they put a light with like holographic flames in each window. So it looks like the inside of the house is on fire. And it's like, okay, cool effect. But at the same time, surely you're going to get people calling like the fire department being like, hey, this house is on fire 3 times a week. Because it looks like the inside of your house is on fucking fire, dude. I'm looking for kitty, not dog. Hello, cute, adorable, fluffy Yulind. Wow, you look so pretty, sexy Yulind. Thank you. I need to go. Stay cozy and have fun. Bye, Stocking. Thank you for hanging out today. I can't think of worse Halloween decorations than literally making it look like your house is on fire. Can you put your VTuber in this position? Or do you have to lay down like that IRL? It is possible to do this with VR chat models. You can have like preset positions. I don't have any of that set up. I'm just actually in this position. I am in my beanbag right now. I've got a pillow behind my back. And I've got my legs like this. I just got my costume delivered a couple days ago. It's the official licensed cosplay of Kasane Teta. Oh, that's fun! Thanks for stream. Helped cheer my mood up a bit. I'm happy to hear that. It's like, well, I'm not happy that you had a bummed out mood, but I'm happy that I was able to help. I mean, the Firehouse one is pretty good. It's good. It's cool. But it's like, you can't do that. People are going to call 911. Because it will probably scare people for real. You can't be doing that one. The last story I saw. This might be more stupid than the your house is on fire decorations. A guy found an MMA fighter. And he was like, I don't think MMA fighters are that tough. I bet I could trade body shots with you. And so the MMA fighter's like, so what? You punch me in the gut, and then I punch you in the gut? And the guy's like, yeah! And the MMA fighter's like, okay, you clearly don't know what you're talking about, so I'll let you hit me twice. You punch me twice, I'll punch you once. And so this guy, he punches this MMA fighter in the stomach, like in the fully exposed stomach, but his abs are so defined that like it's literally like punching a brick wall. The guy is literally sitting there like doing this with his hand, just like, ow, that hurt my fist. And the MMA fighter's like, okay, you ready? My turn. He does not do a full wind-up. He does not like fucking lay this guy out, but he does kind of like a 6-inch punch of just bam. And the guy just fucking crumples over. The guy sounds like he's between crying and about to throw up. And it's like, my guy, why did you think you could trade fucking body shots with an MMA fighter? It was... I saw the video plastered all over Reddit. I've seen it on like 10 different subreddits. Sounds like UFC fighters. I'm breaking out the Nokotan cosplay the 2nd year in a row. Hell yeah. What you need to do, Ellie, is you need to cosplay Nokotan cosplaying as other characters. So you need to do Nokotan cosplaying as Marie Kanker. And then next year you need to be like Nokotan, but cosplaying as Hatsune Miku. Like, do the Nokotan hair and antlers, and then just like the actual outfit be other characters. Miku, oh, that's a great idea. That way it's not the same one every year, but it's still fucking Nokotan every year. That was my notes. Nighthole is out in Lemix. Authorities in Atlanta stopped a mass shooting. MAGA troll in Kuroki's chat. Trading body shots with an MMA fighter. Pirates of the Caribbean decorations and House on Fire decoration. Then I don't have to put on a wig? Yeah. What time is it? 12:30? It's Wednesday. I don't think Oyo is streaming today. I'm pretty sure he took off. He was planning to stream yesterday and then didn't, so there's no Wednesday plans. Yeah. We're not in... Oh, excuse me. We're not in any rush to head out. So, short story about my cosplay. I ordered one off AliExpress about half a year ago. That one ripped. The buns oxidized onto the cloth. I ordered a new one when the official one came out. I'm happy with what I have. Hell yeah. That sucks about the old cosplay. Of any of the outfits that I've gotten, I don't think I've ever had a major problem with them. Some of them have been like overly cheap. Some of them were like, wow, this thing just looks so poorly fitted and like such cheap materials. It looks like it's going to rip by me looking at it. And it's like, well, fair. I paid $12 for it, so I should expect it to be that cheap. I have not gotten like any expensive cosplays. There is... The most expensive outfit I've gotten is like $60. Somebody recommended a Zelda cosplay recently that was like $160. And I'm like, damn, it's so nice looking and I really want it. At the same time, it's $160. We can change that buying you 10k cosplay. Oh my god. I have other stuff to put on Throne first. I was going to put the trackers on Throne. I think I might put the the avatar funds on Throne. I might put the cost of Miltina and all the outfits I'm going to get for her on Throne. That'll be something that whether it's purchased or not, I end up buying, so. What was the other thing? There was something else aside from the trackers. Oh, there was the laser hair removal. I want to put that on there. Dude, the days are going by so fast lately. I'm kind of sitting here like, what do you mean it's already Wednesday? How the fuck is it already Wednesday? We like just started the week, didn't we? Laser, hell yeah. I kind of want to do two things with laser hair removal, Ellie. I have an at-home laser. It doesn't work right now because I think I lost the charging cable for it, and so I can't charge it. I want to try finding that and getting it plugged. And I kind of want to use that on my legs. Like, you know, just I go through the bathroom, I laser spot of my legs. Laser, I hardly know her. I also want to get, like, laser hair removal for face. I want to find a place, like a professional clinic nearby that will do that. I just need to find one. There's two that are really close, but they're not real laser hair removal. You go to their, you Google laser hair removal, and these two places come up. And then you click on them, and they're like, we've got micro needling. And I'm like, there's no mention of laser hair removal here. Why did you come up in the Google search? I just hate shaving and then doing laser after. Tedious. I'm not against that because I'm shaving everything already anyway. So it's like not that big of a problem. And I really only want to do it with my face. I only want to do, like, you know, lips, neck, chin, that stuff. I'm kind of glancing at who's live right now. There's a lot of people live right now. There's a lot of people live. It's like, oh man, which do I want to go to? I just hit the one blade easy. I don't know what you mean by hit the one blade. I shave my entire body with an electric razor. It's not quite as close as, you know, a standard razor, but it's pretty fucking close for an electric. I'm actually always surprised by how close it is. Phillips one blade? Jesus. My lips, I tweeze. I tweeze those. Which isn't, that sounds really bad. But so long as you stay on top of it, it's like, you're not like tweezing that much every day. It's really not that bad. And I also really like a smooth face. Shave as much as I can, but my hair grows super fast. I tweeze my lips, and that gets it pretty smooth. But like, my skin is so pale, and my hair is dark brown, that you can see some hairs under the skin. I can't tweeze them because they're literally under the skin. Like, they're not at the surface yet, but you can still see them. So I'm like, I need to fucking purge this entirely. This needs to be fucking, this needs to be lasered off. Only person I want to raid is Yulind. I really want to raid his insides. Okay. Did you see the new stuff, Sammy? I actually posted content to Blue Twitch. More soon, more to follow. Hi, Violet. I did. Hell yeah. This might be a good stopping point. We're at 12:30. I'm hungry. What the fuck is that room, by the way? You're like the third person to ask that, Sammy. Okay. So, bye-bye, friend. I am in the basement. I am technically not in a bedroom. It is officially a storage closet. Basically, looks like a spot for a fridge. Okay. You guys wait here. You guys wait here. Look at Hobbit. Okay. I am not as far back on the couch as I would like. Too far. We're gonna do some drawing. Close his eyes. Hi, Hobbit. So there is the main basement area that's like this, right? There's a staircase that comes down, I'd say about here, and we've built a wall here with a doorway there. So this side, this is all like storage unfinished. This side of the basement is finished, and we have done a wall here that goes like this. This small one here is a bathroom. This here is a bedroom. And this area, well, the door is kind of more like up here. This area here is like kitchen area. There's a storage room that comes down like this. You guys can't really see that, okay? This room here, that's my bedroom. There's a sliding glass door here, and these are stairs, right? But this room here has no windows. Here's the thing though. There's actually a little bit of space behind the stairs that's like this. And so this room here, I wish I could delete this here. It has a little cubby in the room. So this room here, it's got this cubby right here that's just weird. My dad was very insistent on this existing because he wanted it to be like a end of the world prepper area. He wanted it to be like a place to stack dehydrated food and water and like stuff to survive. Basically the end of the world, like a nuclear fallout. And everybody was like, why? You could just put that stuff like over here. You could just put that stuff like in the unfinished part of the basement. And he's like, well, if there's nuclear fallout and it's all radiated, this room here, it's like cement walls. And so you wouldn't want to leave this room. If you go out here, that might be the danger zone. And we're like, you're fucking insane? There's no, like, this here isn't a cement wall. If you're in this room, you're exposed to all the stuff that's out here. Like, it's not safer in here than it is here. It might be safer for, like, a tornado, but not a fucking nuclear fallout. So there's no real reason to have, like, end of the world prep stuff here, and not just anywhere in the unfinished part of the basement that we use for storage. I don't know why, but my dad was very insistent on that being like an open cubby to put stuff. And so it's just there. It's this weird little like section that it's there. We can put stuff there. I basically like, I'm using it for my stuff, and the moment dad like gets prepper stuff, you know, like water, dehydrated food, I move all of my stuff out of there for that. But that's typically where I keep the backup treadmill and like a box or something. And so when I was recording Blue Twitch stuff, I was just like, I don't really want to move all this stuff out of my room. I'll just do it in that little corner there. And so that's where I made the video. Looks like a spot for a fridge. Hi Hobbit, close his eyes. Yulind is secretly mod, kept in the basement. Yulind in the closet, nobody's going to believe that one. It does not help Yulind has hecking sleeves. I can, welcome back by the way. I can take the pictures of my bedroom and put those in the Neat Stuff channel again if you want, Sammy. You'll see what this little corner is. It's just, I was like, this is the stupidest thing ever, Dad. He's like, I think it's important. I was like, you know what? It's your house. You can do whatever you want. Yes, please. I would love to see your room. I have old pictures of my room from like 2 years ago. I don't have new ones. I kind of need to make new ones, but I also need to clean my room for new ones. I've gotten so many packages that I have a lot of stuff that I'm like, I don't know where to put this. That being said, where do we go today? There's somebody that I always see live when I end, and I really want to raid them. But, like, they're doing 14 prog. And, like, man, I feel like that's just really boring to watch. We could go to Wolf. I've been hanging out in Wolf's chat a lot. Their stream title, surely no one will notice if I play Deadlock at 8 a.m. We'll go there. Pic of your insides would be much appreciated as well. My insides? Yes, I need pictures of your nuclear bunker. Yulind doesn't have insides though. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, you're just an anime character.
Flash raid. Oh, Logitech, can you do the socials real quick? Wandering. Thank you, Logitech. How's he spell it? Wandering Wolf. I get the right one? I sure did. Mods don't get insides. Bye-bye, Eplind. I am going to take a fat nap right now. Where'd I put that pen? Here. Yeah, I erased it all. I just wanted to erase the stuff. Thank you everybody for keeping me company. We did 5.4 miles. This was a great walk. This was nice. I'm gonna take a nap now. We're going to Wandering Wolf. They're cute. They're playing Deadlock. They're like the Deadlock gamer that just still loves the game. Hi, Ty. I just got here, Ragey. Well, you're gonna be okay, because we'll be back tomorrow. No, don't go. Have a good one, everyone. I love you. Bye.